this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We are broadcasting live from the Boise State Esports Game Pants Arena. I am your host, Artie Nerdy Bird Rain, and joining me on the desk for our first time together on the white desk is Riley Nappy Boyd. Welcome into the Esports Valorant Rumble. This is our 6th week of the Valorant competition in the Esports Tower, and we're looking forward to some exciting action and gameplay this evening. All right, Riley, so we were discussing it a little bit right before the show started.
Right.
The balancing, the changing.
It's this. I think this might be the biggest patch we've ever seen in Valorant. Just with the changes to being able to walk and run and shoot, like it turned into like almost like old school CS:GO. Like you have to actually be able to stop, which I can't do. We were talking about how we're both kind of screwed now. But those changes, you get some price drops on some guns, which is going to be nice. Some increases ability costs, and this brand new agent KO, which was crazy OP when it came out. It's just an unbelievably different patch than anything we've seen, with the whole, like, almost like a revamp of the entire game.
Well, we heard that we're going to see KO this evening, but I feel like one of two things is going to occur. Either one, these players that are choosing to be very gutsy and play KO right out the gate, so to speak, for our Rumble, have either grinded it to the point where it is borderline impossible for anyone else to catch up and understand what the heck this player is choosing to do with KO, or it's going to be kind of for everybody else shooting fish in a barrel, and KO is going to be really easy to take out. But we'll have to see what happens.
I mean, it'll be really easy to take out until they pop their ult, go down, and they have, what, like 8,000 HP or something ridiculous like that, and they can't ever get thirsted.
Okay, so it's like three agents stacked into one health-wise.
It's nuts. It's crazy. I think it's going to veer more on that first side, though. I think that these players that want to go into it have probably played it before. They're smarter than that, I think.
Okay, so what you're saying is they're not us.
Probably. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
All right, well, for this evening, we have our teams here. The Landslides won our last Rumble event in the competition and managed to compete in the BFC Valorant event a few weeks ago. And the Valorant qualifiers are for the high school teams are so they can compete in the Box Fight Championship in the Valorant Cup with the pro players and content creators. Can the Landslides win their third event here in the Valorant Cup and take home the Triple Crown, or will we see the upset of the century for the Esports Tower in the Valorant Rumble?
Hey, I tell you what, Fish was on desk last week, excuse me, and he thinks someone's taking down Landslides in the next couple Rumbles. So it could be right now. It's a challenge to Landslides because you're getting called out, you know? He thinks people are going to catch you. Let's see if it happens.
Well, if you want to have the opportunity to catch the Landslides, you should definitely pay close attention to Doc's keys of the game here in Valorant. And those are: don't ego peek the operator user, understand your win con, call out ability usage, and track enemy econ. Doc's keys to the game are brought to you by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com.
Yeah, I think we could have maybe on that first one, don't ego peek I think we could have put in parentheses Mr. Memphis operator peak or operator usage, because Mr. Memphis literally was not missing last week. I think they missed like 3 shots with the op the entire game. It was ridiculous. That
is the most horrifying thing in the world. So take Riley's advice on that one. Do not peek them in general.
That is, yeah. The op is continuing to be the dominating factor in this game, and it's pretty crazy right now.
Well, let's kick things off tonight with the group stage from round 1, with the Firestorms facing off against the Lightning on Ascent. We've seen both of these rosters in action in the last few weeks, and both of them have been contenders in our Rumble series, but they have just not been able to break through with a win just yet.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Love seeing these early agent compositions, seeing some difference here. Obviously, there's a little bit of arguing on who's going to run the Sage over there on that attacker side to start this map. And it looks like, yep, you see Milo there went to the Reyna. So it's going to be little different comps for these teams.
As normal, we see Sages on both sides. Very nice. Cool Guy Fire on that Jet once again. We've got Mo over here on the Reyna. That could be a force to reckon with. And Vega on the Phoenix could be something to be fearful of if they use their abilities to the greatest of their extent that we've seen thus far.
Yeah, anytime you see a team decide to go with 2 duelists, it makes things very interesting. And on the other side, I mean, you've got 2 smokes here. for Cool Guy Fire's team. So that's just going to be a difference in how they want to play. I think one team's going to want to be a little slower, and one team's just want to kind of get into sight and get active.
If we're looking at the roster for the team that has Breach, I feel like if you use your smokes properly with Breach, you definitely can shut down an entire area as far as the ability for teams to push forward and funnel them into one position and pretty much mow them down. But as we mentioned earlier, this is now basically a tank shooter. You have to stop and fire as though this were Resident Evil, and that can be a huge issue for some of these players if they're not used to that just yet. But at the end of the day, in this game in general, you always want to be standing still because it increases your accuracy the most.
Yeah, and like we were talking about with that patch, I mean, at this point now, it's almost impossible to be able to run and gun. I mean, I was doing like an in-depth like look at some of those patch notes, and some of the running nerfs that they put on these guns is crazy, like from 0.25 accuracy to 0.08, just insane.
And we do see Reyna has already used one of their abilities right out the gate. We're going to see another one get here by Breach. Thankfully, Cool Guy Fire saw that coming and managed to get out of the way of it, but everybody knows where you are standing now, so be careful. Hopefully that Jet has called out to their team that they just saw 3 people down that alleyway. And
we saw the hot hands there from Vega, just trying to get it off, but El Boof did a good job of taking out Vega, making sure that there wasn't able to be a push there, giving Firestorms a little bit of an edge here early.
We've got BTX playing that Cypher for their team this week, which is a real game changer, as we all know in Valorant. Using everything you can to get as much info on the team, their location, is quintessential to your victory, and Cypher is definitely a operator that can provide way too much info.
And I think Cypher just got some unconventional info there. I guess more conventional, not using their ability usage, just getting that info with the sound cues, and that's a huge headshot there from DTX right onto that Omen. Balance it out. This is a really nice and slow pistol round.
We've got Noobman using that arrow to try and find people, but unfortunately they'll go down in the process, and the defenders will clean up the round quickly.
Yeah, we saw Firestorms do this a lot last week, win those pistol rounds. They did a really good job of taking care of pistol rounds. They kept it right with Landslides on Icebox by winning those pistol rounds. Now they give themselves the opportunity to maybe get up to those Spectres. You see a little bit of a force here from UNF where you're getting to that Spectre early. I think that part of that's going to be you're going to see more of those now. Those ability usages have changed prices. We might see some more guns getting bought instead of ability usages in these early rounds.
In all honesty, it makes me sad. One of the ability changes that was done is increasing the ult cost for Jet. And as we've seen in the past, Jet players in this tournament just pop off consistently. Granted, making it a little bit pricier won't make much of a difference, but it might slow down the pace of some of these rounds.
And you see there with DTX, you see the big shots come through, but you saw as that movement, you're strafing left and right. It's really hard to hit those shots now. That's going to be a huge game changer, but DTX avoided that flash and got those big shots off.
If you strafe properly in Valorant, it's a lot more difficult than it is in some other games where your accuracy is greatly affected by your movement. But moving left and right, if you do it at the right pace, I myself have not successfully done this, obviously. It can help and actually stable out that accuracy a tiny bit. Hopefully that's not something that gets patched in the future, though.
Yeah, we'll see as these patches continue to come in. I do think that it's going to be a whole different ballgame with how this game is played. I think you're going to see a lot more standing gunfights, and I think that you're going to see really a bigger advantage go to those big boy rifles, you know, your Phantoms and your Vandals, because they're just going to be, you know, the running headshots just so much more difficult with these Spectres and these other guns now.
Cool Guy Fire, of course, using that updraft ability, take the high ground, seeing that there are double smokes out. Now this is going to be up to the other team to decide, are they going to continue to push through this, knowing abilities have been dropped over here, thinking that people have expelled some of the most quintessential pieces of their kits in order to hide them, or are they just going to power through it?
Yeah, and you see Vega here's pushing up. He has no idea that Cool Guy Fire's right there, and Cool Guy Fire does well to use that Bulldog to take him out.
We do see that Shycard Shark did manage to take out 2 El Boof, did then return the favor, taking out Shycard, and Milky will take out El Boof in return for that kill. Now the spike's been planted, it's 2-2. Either side can still come out on top of this, but we'll have to see if one team's gonna decide to just save, or if they're going to try and take them out and get that spike diffused.
Yeah, Firestorms has all the knowledge that you could ever need right now. They're able to back this team actually off-site, which is going to be really interesting. That was so impressive.
And another Cypher Cage that's huge, but there's 2 coming in. 1 left. Ah! Noob man, that was so close.
Yeah, and that was a good push there from Moo, just kind of knowing that it's a situation where you can bait your teammate out a little bit through that Cypher cage, get the info that you need, and take care of business. But yeah, that really was an elite Cypher cage there. You see now, I mean, you're up to that 2-0. You're going to be to a 3-0 now. Or you're to a 2-1, excuse me. So now Econ's starting to balance itself out a little bit. Both teams should be in a situation where it's full buys. One of my favorite skins in this game on this Phantom. Absolutely love it. It's been one of my favorites since it came out. Kind of fun to see these players with all the different things that they use in this game, and it's funny to see how they change what they pick up at the end of rounds based on that.
We did see the Lear come out from the Rhino right there as they push forward onto Cypher, who was kind of chilling out by themselves. Thankfully, they did call out to some of their teammates, so 3 people have now rotated over to that site C. No one's on B. It is just Cool Guy Fire alone on A, looking and kind of looks like Cool Guy might be going for a pseudo flank here. They need to watch out as the entire group is rotating closer to that A site now.
Yeah, Cool Guy's about to get a whole lot of information.
And maybe a whole lot of bullet holes.
Yeah, they did a good job getting away, though. That tailwind is so good for Cool Guy Fire. They use it so well to get away from those nasty situations.
Cool Guy gets that kill out from heaven on Milky, so there goes that res that their Sage had. Spike is still in the possession of Vega. Vega's very low, though, and unfortunately, bodies are just now going to be hitting the floor.
And I think right now, Cool Guy Fire is doing what we know they can do, which is start to take over a little bit. You see ult's already online, and we talked about it. It's more expensive now for that Jet ult, but Cool Guy is doing serious work here, dancing around the map. Great smoke to kind of cut off the angles and just limit it down to 1 LOS. Yeah, Cool Guy Fire is doing some really good work now for this Firestorms team.
We also have Sova with that Hunter's Fury online, and if you are looking from the defender's position, it can be something that's very deadly when someone is trying to plant a spike, or it can clear open space to allow your team to rush in and get either kills or defuse the spike by just, you know, pushing the enemy team away. But it can also give away your location, so Sova, be careful.
Yeah, and you see there's that arrow coming out, just seeing if anyone's going to be pushing up there, just trying to get some information. And this is a little bit more of an A defense here from this Firestorms team. It's actually pretty split right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how this Lightning team responds. And it looks like they love this C push here for some reason. This 2 or 3 rounds in a row, it hasn't quite worked, and now they're just trying to force it again.
It was interesting. I was taking a look at Reyna. They stayed behind a bit longer in that zone, approaching A, possibly trying to make a little bit of noise, get some people to think that that is where their team was going. But as Riley said, they're sticking with that C push. And there is Hunter's Fury coming out. And oh my goodness, that was a lot of damage.
Yeah, that was a double kill with Hunter's Fury, something we don't see very often. Finding a kill with Hunter's Fury is hard just because people know where it's coming and they have that info to get away. Finding that huge double there from Noobman was clutch, and DTX finished out that round as well with a nice 2. So, yeah, there you go. Great ability usage from the side of Firestorms.
Doubles for both DTX and Noobman. Nicely done. If I were wearing a hat, I'd tip it off.
Yeah, that was really impressive. And if you're Firestorms right now, or excuse me, if you're Lightning, you got to find a way to start winning some rounds. You don't want to be giving up a ton of rounds. I know you're on offense, and that makes it hard when you're on that T side, but you can't just give up everything to that CT team.
Cool Guy is being very bold right now, chilling out after using that their updraft to get on those boxes. When that smoke goes down, though, they're going to be given out. The Reyna already knows they're there, but Jet took care of them anyway, popping their ultimate, using Tailwind to get away. Now, just kind of retreat, call out to your teammates. Your Sage is right there, so you're in good positioning. The Rabbit will take you out in return.
Brutal. I thought Cool Guy was going to land that knife there. Thought it was really good. DTX, though, doing some work from that Cypher, almost like a battle Cypher again. DTX is having a huge game, as well as Cool Guy Fire and a couple of these other players as well. This Firestorms team is absolutely clicking.
Will this be the week that the Firestorms will take out the Landslides?
They gave them a run last week. They gave them a heck of a run. I wouldn't be surprised to see these two teams playing late in this tournament.
Take a page out of the Phil Team 6 book and just decide to go with
yes.
nothing but what was that weapon?
It was a full Odin buy,
yes,
and it was fantastic.
UNF Warrior going for that classic wall up mid to make sure no one can easily push into B. That's something that I myself on stage do quite a bit, but it's honestly, it's a risky play because you want to sort of wait and see hear anybody coming, not just waste your wall, so to speak. Since there's not been a push on B, I don't foresee it really being a play you want to make.
And you saw what was already happening. Senor Cool Guy Fire finding an op shot. The ops on the map, they haven't actually gone down. It's just a dominating force. UNF Warrior with the Ego Chalo, the sentry onto Vega right there. Disrespectful. Boy.
All right, let's return to Doc's keys of the game here. Do not ego peek the operator, please.
Yeah, my bad, Cool Guy. I know that I was kind of gassing up Memphi before, but I should have put your name in parentheses. I understand now. You can relax.
Cool Guy typically does like to pick up that operator as soon as they really can, in my opinion. Granted, I'm not keeping the closest eye on your currents, on how many credits you have, because I don't know. I feel like it gives me a bad feeling in my stomach when I see someone just use everything they have to buy an op.
Now, some of these players, though, it just pays off for them. They're so good with that op, and it almost works as a second agent. It's crazy.
Cool Guy Fire.
Yeah, seriously. And there's that running back from Vegas. They don't actually go down. That was a good play from them. Get some information there on Noobman.
Vega and Mo both taking out GTX and Elboof, but Noobman took out Rabbit. Rabbit was definitely a bit of a powerhouse for that team, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. And then Noobman taking out Vega as well. They have sights on the Reyna. Now they're blinded, however. And Shycard Shark will return the favor with Cool Guy Fire backing them up, taking out Mo.
Yeah, what do you know? It's Cool Guy Fire again with the op. There's UNF Warrior, who's been huge for this team as well, almost like that Battle Sage. And Cool Guy Fire pulls out the classic.
No.
Oh my goodness, Cool Guy Fire. And this whole team is looking just dominant. Every single player.
Cool Guy Fire, yes. Yes, you are quite literally on fire. This is, I won't lie, it's a painful feeling when you're a Sage player. You res someone, as you go down, the res happens, and then, yeah, this is exactly the most painful experience you can have. And not only was it a res death, but it was a classic res death.
Yeah, that's tough. You hate to see it. My question is there, though, if you're the Sage on the side of Lightning right now, I feel like that's one that you've got to be able to read. Cool Guy Fire, use that updraft to go over the wall. You got that sound cue. That's one I think that you've got to be able to know that they're coming, especially with how aggressive Cool Guy Fire is. Hopefully you're able to take that and learn for this next round, because Cool Guy Fire most likely is going to stay aggressive.
Vega took out Cool Guy Fire, so unfortunately the operator is not in their hands right now. Someone might pick it up for their teammates, help them out. Noobman will return that favor, though, taking out Vega. A nice avenge the fallen there. Nicely done.
Super important that these kills are coming through, though, right now, because this is a full save round for this Firestorms team. You see there's Bulldogs, there's some Stingers, but nothing big. You saw Moo ended up picking up a Phantom. If Lightning can find a way to win a save round, that would be huge. Big wall there from that Sage as well.
Milky's getting the plants off. Now it's just going to be a matter of holding on to the site, making sure that the other two can't get in. Sova and Omen can be oppressive forces, especially because Sova has that Hunter's Fury yet again. He can force funnel people into one side if their Omen is choosing to go from the other attack side and pinch them off. We'll have to see how they choose to go down with this. As Noobman takes out Shycard Shark and Milky's with just one player standing now, and it's just the defuse.
So it's down to this 1v1. 2 Omens. Can Rabbit clutch this up? This would be huge. Elboof has been so good. There's the blind going through, but Rabbit with the third.
Beautiful.
And that is huge too, because that was a full save there from the side of the Lightning. That was such a big win.
They've reset it a tiny bit, but unfortunately, if you look at Firestorm, they do have 3 ultimates still online, and despite that having been a save round, yo, don't ego peek. The op has been updated on Doc's keys. Ladies and gentlemen and non-binaries alike, make sure you take note of that. It is important. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm telling you now. Don't do it.
It's true, and I would imagine Cool Guy now is at the point where they probably have another op in hand. Yeah, it looks like they do. It's going to be interesting to see if people can learn to not peek that right now. Cool Guy's just kind of sitting up on that A site, and you see Mo's trying to break in there. You've got that Lear up with the Hunter's Fury comes in!
Mo! Oh, you poor soul. I'm so sorry. I think that's back-to-back that the Hunter's Fury's taken you out.
What a great shot from Noobman as well. And here's Cool Guy, of course, with the op.
As I was saying at the start of the round, yeah, you've reset the econ a little bit, taking everybody down, forcing them to make weapon buys and get full buys out. But when they have their ultimates online and know how to use them, it's going to be easy to throw it right back in those situations.
Yeah, that was just such a good ultimate play there from Noobman. And I love the fact that Noobman actually found the last kill of that round onto the Sage with the shock dart. You saw in the chat there, Sag coming through from the side of Lightning. That's tough. You never want to die to those shock darts.
Going into this next one, we have Cypher with their ult, Sage has their ult online, Phoenix with that run it back, and Reyna has their ultimate in the Hunters, in that Empress as well. Reyna is great, but unfortunately earlier in the last round, using their abilities to get that overheal revealed their location too fast to the enemy team, and it took them out, so they'll have to be careful during this next one.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine right now, if you're on the side of the Lightning, you've got both your duelist ults online, ready to roll. All the info in the world coming through from Noobman there. There's the run it back from Vega.
Oh no, Noobman! Noobman!
Wait.
What? Holy cow! How did that? Oh my goodness!
Wow, Noobman, holy cow, go off. Go off. Holy cow.
Yeah, so we get the drone out, we see everything.
There's the run it back popped.
And Noobman took out 2, 3, and then DTX comes running in, UNF Warrior, and then Noobman to close out on Vega. Oh my goodness.
And Noobman with just that 181 tap right onto the head of Vega's run it back when it looked like Noobman was dead. The shots were landed with the judge there, but it didn't matter. Just one head click away from death there, Vega. Unfortunate. That's a feels bad, man.
Cypher's cage is already out from DTX right there, just trying to close off one of the places that this team can run through. But knowing that the Leer came out means they're definitely pushing through, taking out 2. Was that worth the push? I don't think so. Milkies, you may just want to run away. Oh, you have your res online, but oof, DTX will not let you escape.
DTX is absolutely popping off. They're on 3 right now. This is the point where you're not going to lose this round probably if you're Firestorm. So DTX, I hope you're yelling at your teammates. Don't you dare shoot your gun until I'm there. I want the ace.
Got Cool Guy with the sniper looking down the alleyway, seeing if they can pick anybody up. The spike is getting planted, so they can't pseudo tell where Shy-Card Shark is, but unfortunately those boxes are just too much.
Yeah, you saw there was the shock dart coming out, and there's Noobman finding one as well after that shock dart to get the info. It's just Shy-Card.
And now UNF Warrior gets that defuse. So are they going to share it? I don't know if you totally need that full cred for the full defuse on that one, my friend.
I think at this point, they're all just kind of doing their thing. They're just kind of feeling the vibes right now. Obviously, it is a full switch now, going back to this other side. So it'll be interesting if Lightning can pick up some defensive wins.
Lightning, now is your chance. Everything's been reset, equalized, and balanced. We have people going in bold, only choosing to get light armor, and then the other people, I think we saw in total across both rosters, only 4 people getting light armor. If you get headshot by some of these weapons already, that means it's an insta-kill, so they need to be careful in that regard.
Yeah, when you don't buy armor, and that's one of the things with these ability price increases that can really hurt that armor buy. It's going to make those kind of things interesting. Headshots are just more and more important, and it just continues to emphasize those Vandals and those Phantoms being so important in this game.
So if you're like Riley and myself and you're not good at aiming, you need to make sure you have armor.
Yes, yes.
Give you a couple extra seconds to live.
Or just go into aim labs.
Yes.
Oh, the right clicks can't come out for Shy-Card.
The left and right strafing just was not hard enough, my friend. We got Elboof already on that plant with just Reyna, Sage, and Omen. Nope, just Reyna and Sage standing. Sova is hurting desperately right now on that health front. If unfortunately, they may go down fast, bringing us to a 2-2, but Reyna and Sage are gonna have to pull some magic now to make this work.
And you see the spike is pinged, so everyone can kind of get that idea where it's gonna be. Looks like Milky's just trying to break in here to sight with that Phantom. They're going to be the last one up. They can't get the strafe shots on Cool Guy.
Oh, that's always painful. Cool Guy with that ghost just popping off. And now we go. Let's run it back and see this all over again.
I'll run it back. I like that. That's a good reference. I like that.
I try.
Yeah, you see here, at some point you have to peek. You have to be able to break into sight. And unfortunately, there's that it's going to keep getting emphasized this week because it's the new change. Moving like that when you're shooting is so hard, and it's going to take these players a couple of weeks to get used to it.
Poor jet mains.
Huh?
Poor jet mains.
No, seriously, it's true. How are you going to be able to hit your tailwind op shots now? Actually, not poor jet mains if that's the case. Actually, that's great for us.
Yes, yes. Oh, Cool Guy already taking out Rabbit. Down one for the other side. That's always hard when you're on defense. Sage still has the spike in their possession. UNF Warrior going in for the plant strong. Already happened. Nukeman taking out 2. Vega taking out Nukeman in return. 2 standing, 1 standing for Team Lightning, and attackers will win out that round.
TTX. The Battle Cypher. We've seen Battle Sages, and we have a great example of it on this team with UNF Warrior.
Oh, yes.
But the Battle Cypher, I mean, I love it. This is fantastic to watch.
I'm a firm believer that every single one of the agents can be turned into an initiator at this point. At least in the Esports Tower Rumble, with how well-rounded these players are, we've seen Sages just, Milky's basically been like, I'm arena now, and go running and gunning. And now we've got Cypher doing the same thing. Y'all are popping off. Keep up the good work.
I think the only person that actually has an elim with their ult is a Sova.
4 elims. It's incredible. UNF Warrior took out Mo. It is just Sage and Breach standing, unfortunately, for Team Lightning. Milky's taking out a Noob, man. Nicely done on that one. El Boof's getting the plant. However, 2v4, it's going to be difficult to reclaim that spot if that is the goal or if they're just going to run and save.
Well, at this point, you're on game point, so you can't be doing too much running. UNF Warrior's going to peek that. Big shots from Shycard Shark there, though. That was huge to try and get this down. You have to you have to win every round at a time, but Cool Guy with the big Bulldog shots. And there's the knives pop, too.
All right, Breach, you got this. Pop off. 3. You can get the 3. Easy clap.
Yeah, you've only got El Boof here. That's a good flash. That's good.
Nuggets. Cool Guy fire. Nicely done.
That Firestorm team looks really good. Fish is in the booth right now, and Fish, I think he might have been onto something with the team coming up and challenging the landslides, because wow, that Firestorm team looks really good right now.
Well, Firestorms are our first winner for this week's Esports Tower Valorant Rumble. We still have more in store for everyone, but if you are on the same boat as Fish, definitely keep an eye out for Firestorm to see if they'll be able to take down the landslides. But of course, we won't be able to see that till next week. And, Riley, going at it alone can only take you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. We just saw that by, basically everyone, but I'm saying Cool Guy Fire, especially from the Esports Tower. You can see how talented they are. The Esports Tower really takes time to create teams of well-matched teammates with well-rounded players. I like to do a shout out to the coaches as well, and if you're watching this and haven't checked out Esports Tower, you definitely should check them out. It's the fast track to rank up.
Yeah, there is some serious ranking up going on right now with some of these teams.
Yes, we've been told these guys, are gold, plat ranked across the board on average, and to our eyes, that does not seem true whatsoever. And in the world of Valorant, rank is very deceptive. Let's be honest. It's not fun.
No, it's not, because you get so many throws and stuff, and you're competitive. So seeing the way that these players are just taking care of business right now is fantastic. I love seeing this high-tier Valorant play. It just shows what's coming through the pipeline and what the esports world's in for with some of these great high school talents.
Well, if you're looking to climb, everyone, take note of how all of these players are operating, because that's how you're going to do it. But that is going to end our first match for this evening, and we'll be coming right back to you after this short break. So grab some water, maybe some chips, a snack, reset your mental, get a notepad, paper, and be ready to take some notes of how these players pop off, and be right back here in about 2 minutes. We'll see you soon.
Are you guys ready? How do you guys are ready, bro? Here we go. Prepare your ears, chat. Prepare your ears. Here we go. Yes, sir. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Schmied Cup. They're not going to be ready for this. Oh! Oh! Nitro with 2, 3.
Get down. Dark wave. Get down.
Well, he got the ace. He got the ace to close it. Corey is your first Schmied Cup champion. UFC events, brought in some heavy hitters to support this tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was the first Schmied Cup. Hashtag never alone,
Hello, I'm Rajneesh Khanna from iCultivewear and Chopra Foundation. Mental health has been brought up a lot recently and proven to be at the forefront of our conversations. As we begin to understand how comprehensive it is, we should open up a conversation that mental health is not one size fits all. We all need help or just someone to talk to from time to time.
Mental health is a very serious thing. So I'm glad that we were able to run this tournament and showcase and just show that and help support that cause, for mental health. So thank you guys so much. Let me go talk to the Esports Tower team. Yo, what's going on, guys?
Hello, man.
So how did it feel playing against 10s?
I was shaking.
Yeah.
Shaking the entire time.
You guys got rounds, right? So that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And don't feel down. You
No,
literally
I
just
feel
played.
I feel great right now.
I'm
Okay.
coming out of this.
Yeah, you guys literally played against one of the most stacked teams, I think, of this tournament. All the people that are watching too, like, you guys can do this as well. You guys can earn your chance. Go look up Esports Tower, and they're doing good things over there.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome back to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble and Valorant. We're broadcasting it from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. It's our week 6 of the Valorant Rumbles. We're continuing on in our group stage to see who will have a shot at next week's championship title. I am Artie Nerdybird Rain, and joining me to call all of the action is the one and only Riley Nappy Boyd. All right, Riley, so this is the game we've been waiting for. This is it. This is the moment for these players to show us what they got on one agent in particular.
Oh, is it KO? Is it the KO
Yes.
game?
It is time for us to see what these players have in store for us on the new agent of KO that honestly horrifies me.
Yeah, it's like insanely intimidating to run, and then I feel like if you're cracked at it, it's literally impossible to kill. I've seen some footage on Twitch, and it's like, are you kidding me?
That is fair enough. In case you are wondering how we got here, these are our teams involved in the group stage. If you're wanting to see this all wrap up, be sure to join us next week to see our championship matches go down. But this is going to be a very exciting match nonetheless. We did just see Lightning and Firestorm, with Firestorms coming out on top. And if you want to join the Firestorm in coming out on top and getting your victory for today, then you need to follow Doc's keys of the game in Valorant, which are, don't ego peek the op. Know your win con, dag. Call out abilities, dog, and calculate enemy economics. Oh my goodness, all right, production, I see how it is. Well, Doc's keys to the game are brought to you by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up.
I feel like I'm allowed to say dog all the time now because it's in keys to the game. I think this,
right.
every time someone does something crazy, like, yo, dog, that was nuts.
All right, so we are moving into our match 3, which is going to be Surge White versus the Riptides on Haven. We're going to jump right into another group stage game. This is very exciting, and I honestly just want to watch the KO gameplay happen.
So who is it coming out of? It's coming out of, it's coming out of Yasuko. Okay, interesting. We've seen this team play really well, so it'll be interesting to see how Yasuko changes it up. I think Yasuko was normally an Astra, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, not surprising. Willing to go out, take some new agent risks.
I'm interested in seeing how 1234 performs because I do not recognize that username. So that might mean that this is a new player for that team. It'll be nice to watch someone else get worked into the mix. After all, as we mentioned, Esports Tower likes to create well-balanced teams that are well-rounded and make sure that they keep track of everyone's improvements. So if that is a new player, that means they've worked their way up in the ranks, and congratulations to you.
Yeah, it's always a good time to make these rumbles and get seen by lots of people, get seen by those college recruiters and those coaches. It's a big opportunity for these players. So it's fantastic to see these players get in there, and now it'll be interesting. Yasuko, I think, really has an interesting opportunity here to kind of show that they're willing and able to adapt to a lot of different things and just run completely different agents.
Well, the Astra play that we've seen come out from them in the past has been top tier, to say the least. So, honestly, if they stick with that sort of level of gameplay, this will be very exciting as their first run on Esports Tower, at least for us, a treat to see KO.
And that was already a great EMP from the side of Yasuke there. Fantastic to get the right throw at the right time to block that enemy, or to block that Sage usage there. There's the pink from Maroon. There's one heaven, but the stun's going to come out.
The plant already happened. That was so fast. Zed's taken out 2 back-to-back. The Omen's right over there. However, FG takes them out. Yasuke then returns the favor, taking out FG, and Maroon will take out Descent, allowing the attackers to close out that round rather fast.
Okay, so Yasuke is already showing that we were talking about this before the show. Do we think that if we see KO, it's going to be someone that just is saying, like, I just want to go out and run it, I haven't really played it, or is this someone that's been grinding it? Yasuke has obviously been grinding it.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. You're one of those players that I'm saying this in a loving way. I hope we never end up in a lobby together.
Unless they're on your team.
Yes, if you're on my team, Yasuke, let's run it down. I'll be your Sage. I'll do whatever I can for you. But if I'm against you, I'm just going to say, hi, I'm new.
First game on. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how Yasuke uses these abilities to break into sight. There's another EMP, so there's no smokes now for this team. That's a huge play there. Yasuke busts into sight as well. Oh my goodness, Yasuke. The running Spectre shots.
Popping off, that nerf did nothing to you as you see the plant happen once again so fast. This is how I like to play Valorant. Who cares if anybody hears us? We're just gonna go. Yasuke picking up another kill on 1234, and now it is just taking out Descent on that Viper.
Yeah, there's a great, oh my goodness, what a Cypher cage as well. Great timing for that. Oh my gosh. This is a completely different Surge White team than we've seen in Rumble's past. This team looks really good. And maybe, I think it might be that KO introduction that's allowing them to break into sights so easily.
I am going to completely just agree with you on that regard because Yasuke is just popping off. When Yusuke's on the Astra, we see them use their smokes, going to the Astra playing quite a bit, and it's definitely a more methodical, slower push coming out. But I guess, you know, throwing a wrench in how this game's typically run and just going for it, going as quickly as you can, using that EMP to your advantage. Probably, you're right, what's allowing this to happen.
Yeah, and I love the fact that it lets you know if someone's in that EMP range as well. Gives you so much information. Yasuke's just kind of chilling out here in mid-garage, just trying to get that information there. The whole team's actually in this garage, so they're looking to push the C again.
We do see the drone come out. It looks like there could possibly be a pinch coming in from the behind with Sage and Jet going through that B area onto garage. Sage needs to be very careful though. They're right in LOS with some other people on that mini-map. Yasuke taking out Sage, and then we just see trades back and forth. As always, Maroon. Descent taking out 2 in return for being the last man standing on that last round. It's now 2v1. The spike has yet to be planted, and Descent has it right in their line of sight.
Yeah. A little bit of a misfire there on that acid there on the floor from the Viper, but it's not going to matter. Maroon is 16 health, just trying to rotate this back. The spikes there. Maroon, yep, smoke down, get back into spawn, just run away, hold out for 30 seconds, and see if you can find an exit frag.
Just stay
30
alive.
seconds
Stay
left.
alive, Maroon. Our fingers are crossed for you.
Toxins going up.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those ones where I'm assuming that one player is going to push here with about 15 seconds to go in this round. You have to kind of figure if you're on the side of the Riptide, no one's going to be pushing for Surge here.
Viper's probably going to stay
10
right in front
seconds
of that
left.
spike. If one of the players is going to move, it's going to be Omen. But if you see, Omen's got almost no health, so they may not be best in their favor to do that if they're looking to hang on to their current weapons and make sure they don't suspend as much. And with that, the defenders will win out of the round. And congratulations, Maroon, you managed to stay alive with 16 health.
Tell you what, Maroon, I think got away with one there. If I was on the side of Riptide, I would think that the play would be go and hunt. So I think Maroon might have got away with their life there a little bit. They were ready for a fight, but not having to take that is a huge advantage.
We've got Descent choosing to stay over here once again. I believe that's right by U-Haul. Correct? Or am I crazy? I'm crazy. But they're chilling out by A. They've got Sage with them. We can see that Jet is in B with Breach just a little bit away from them. It's chilling out in the garage area, and C is just Omen. Already sending out smokes. Everyone's rotating towards A. We'll see if this is going to be a full team push there or if it's just trying to fake people out.
Yeah, and we've already seen it work twice now. You see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 getting that EMP to stop those ability usages. So that's just, KO's just busting their way into sights here. There's that Viper wall going to go off and kind of hold some stuff back. That's going to be big and good shots from Heaven as well.
Gatera managed to move forward and get a little bit of information, seeing someone in Heaven, so now they know that they got to be careful while they push in. Maroon's taking more defensive play than we normally see. They're not running and gunning, trying to go in and get information. Location dart is out. 1, 2, 3, 4 will go down to Maroon.
Standing ahead.
Yeah, that was big because now you're actually in almost a 4v4 because for a while there, KO was just watching the flank and it's almost a 4v3. Brim is pushing all the way out. There's another EMP from KO. Once again, just so good with those.
V Spicy is going to get that plan off, I do believe, without a problem. Yes, they will. FG is going to be wrapping around looking for someone. Oh, no. FG's location is revealed.
Last player standing.
Yasuke has something to say about that.
Yasuke is having a ridiculous stat line right now. Like, it's crazy. I don't even want to know. Although, good shots.
Nicely done. Way to take them out.
Caster Curse. My bad. I shouldn't have said it.
If anyone wants to drop the emote, that'd be lovely.
That would actually be pretty sick. Ooh, Descent again, down to a 1v2, and you see low health on that Sova there. This could be big. Good Toxin Screen is going to go out there.
The plant has gone off. Sova is super low, as Riley said. Now, though, it looks like everyone's just backing off, and with that, the attackers win.
Yeah, it wasn't a ton of time left in that round there, unfortunately, and that was just a really tactical round. We've seen some really tactical rounds kind of happening with these two teams to start off. You know, slow rounds, no one pushing when it's close, just saving ability usage. And KO does have that ult online, so
that's what I was. Can't see us because we're not on screen right now, but I got very giddy because I got to look up and see KO have that yellow highlight. I'm very interested to see if that means that Yasuke is going to frag out this round, possibly. In my opinion, you might want to have, you know, your Cypher pop that ability and get some information out. Of course, you have to wait for a kill, but using those two in tandem, I feel like would be OP.
Yeah, I feel like getting that information and Yasuke runs out with like that EMP that's just coming off their body, and there's the ult popped. So here we go. Yasuke, when you get shot and killed in that KO ult, obviously you do go down, not just an instant kill, and you can be res. It doesn't take long to res, and you have a ton of HP. So big moves here from KO. And you see there's that pulse EMP just coming out. FG's going to have EMP down. And yeah, I thought KO went down for a second there, but nope.
Now we've got 3 standing for never mind, 2 standing going against 4. And we also do see that Cypher still has that ultimate online. Yasuke having no issues taking people out. And Zed also doing just the same on Maja. And with that, the round is done and the attackers have won.
I think the phrase that I would use right now to describe Yasuke's gameplay is Yasuke is playing like 3D chess, and right now, unfortunately, the Riptide are playing checkers. So Riptide, it's time to find a way to counter Yusuke. I know it's hard because KO's only been out, but this is the time where you got to show that you can adapt.
Oh, just wait. When they decide to try to start countering Yusuke, Yusuke is going to up his game and play it on 5-dimensional chess and, you know, incorporate that a little element of time in the form of a resurrection.
Oh, man, yeah, that's going to be kind of crazy. You see, there you go. There's the Ares coming out. I think that's the first LMG that we've seen pulled today, maybe the second, but love that from the side of Riptide here, and it's going to be, looks like Coaxial there is going to have that LMG. They got some information. There's some shots going out from Garage, but can't connect.
They do know that Maroon is at least standing there, so they can identify that Jet is near Garage. We see the Concuss go out. Not sure if it's going to be able to pick up anybody. They're going to try again. Oh, the Cypher Zed is just waiting. Yes, Maroon did get hit. That's always a risky situation to be in. Thankfully, no one pushed in. This is much slower than the first few rounds we saw. A lot more methodical. We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, I think what happened here was they decided to push this away from A. KO wasn't able to use his abilities nearly as much to get those big EMP plays that stop the smokes coming out and those abilities that slow this down. So now everything's a little bit different. You see another EMP just going in to see if there's a bait there in the inlet there, but nothing yet.
Got Omen and Breach already moving in. Abyss definitely let their team know they saw someone and heard some ability usage. Abyss using those wall bangs. Coaxial following it up, taking out Yusuke and V. Spicy. Datara finds one as well, and Zed will find one. TGE will take out Datara, but it's not going to be enough. Now it's a 1v1. Who's going to win?
Oh, and it's just the LMG just is elite right now. Love that from FG. I don't. Is that Major Abyss? I don't know.
I'm going with Abyss.
There we go. There we go. I like that. Good shots to come through. Good wall bangs as well there to kind of finish that round off from Coaxial as well. It's just game knowledge.
All right, does anybody have an op yet? We gonna see an operator on this round? Anybody, please? Anybody? Who wants to be egotistical?
I would imagine we both sides have jets, and the knives coming out here from the side of Surge White makes me think that the op is on the books for Maroon next round. That's my best guess.
Got Datara using that arrow, trying to get some information on people. It's in a great spot on A. They can definitely identify. They probably saw that there's at least 2 people there, but the arrow did get taken out, so not too much information was garnered from that. As we do see Breach trying to wrap around the behind people, but the Cypher wire is right there. They have no choice but to back up.
Yeah, good Cypher wire there, just to kind of keep people off. And the sound cues were there for this team. They knew they were there. They knew they backed up, so now it's just trying to figure out where did Breach back up to.
They're moving a lot slower. Jet still has almost all of their knives in hand right now. The other Jet for the side of the Riptides has popped theirs as well, so we might see the Jet showdown of the century happen. I'd love to see that. We also have Viper with their ult also having the spike. We could see a plant have been followed up with the Viper ultimate to gain space and maintain control, but only time will tell because I'm not predicting anything.
Yeah. With the way that these rounds have started to progress a little slower now, that changes things up. There's that Viper wall going to go down from top heaven. Going to kind of push the scent out of that region. And there is that Viper ult getting popped from the side of Surge White. So we might actually see a double counter here because Surge White has that off to get it pop or to get that spike pushed in.
Yusuke takes out Abyss. 1, 2, 3, 4, returning the favor onto Yusuke right away. The smoke screen, the toxin screen is still up right now, so any attempt to go in and get the defuse will result in a death. As TGE pops off, taking out Zen. Maroon and Datara, however, respond, taking out 2 other members, and the attackers went out that round.
I love that play from TGE, just getting in super aggressive, coming from above.
Death from above.
It was almost like it was a WWE move, just like you're coming in from the rafters, like knives out, like, oh. I love it.
It's the chair.
John Cena music starts playing over stream.
All right, where is my operator? Someone's gotta do the move. Someone do it, please. I know this isn't the most ideal map for it unless you were expecting a B push, but still, someone grab the op. I still don't see an op. I'm sad.
Kind of surprised that Maroon didn't actually pull one after we saw knives and almost a little bit of a save situation from their last round. You thought the op might come out, but no, Maroon's going to have that Vandal. I would imagine if the Maroon can find a couple of kills this round, then you will see that op coming out. But for right now, yeah, no ops on the map, a little different situation here.
We've got most of Surge White now choosing to wrap back around C, get some information, hopefully through garage. Not seeing anybody, but they see the tripwire there. Never mind, that was their own tripwire. They're fine. Pushing forward a little bit, though, on their own. Maroon looking to see if anybody's going to try and flank their team. This could be a risky play for them.
Yeah, we'll see if they get some sound cues of people kind of moving around in back garage there in that CT side. And there's Yasuke finally getting an EMP suppressed. We haven't seen that in a few rounds. And the blind as well, gonna go out. Yasuke finds Abyss there as well, so that's big.
And Rezkin will take out Datara. They've basically secured this entire site, just waiting for people to funnel in like lemmings now. That's always a painful situation to be playing for the retake. It can be hard. Spike's been planted. 1, 2, 3, 4 uses the res on Abyss, but the Cypher cage was out, and they did know exactly where Abyss was standing.
Yeah, there's a double slow orb invest there from the side of 1, 2, 3, 4 and this Riptide side. The Ares is going to come out, but unfortunately Zed was just chilling out there, and the EMP is going to really stop Viper from doing anything crazy.
Viper v Viper and V Spicy took out Descent. The attackers win once again, 2-6. It's time to save and try to take down the Econ for the side of Surge White. We'll see if they can manage to do that, but, you know, Riptides, this is going to be a tough one for you playing into KO, but I have faith in you to bring this back.
Yeah, I mean, the way that Yasuke is playing this KO is so interesting. You see where it looks like they're finally going back to this A push. They were so good on that A push, and I guess that their thought was, all right, Riptide's going to finally stop pushing into this A site and try and bait them into going to this A site again. They might have actually had a little bit of luck because there is 2 players there.
Rezkin, yes! Rezkin, thank you! I'm sorry, Maroon.
The operator comes out, and Artie just gets so excited. I love it.
I enjoy the operator kills. I feel like it does take a lot of skill in order to get those headshots, and any player that can do it gets my respect.
Yeah, Rezkin's just getting a little bit aggressive with it now, peeking some of those lines. And Trey's kind of coming through here from both sides, and it looks like KO's ult is online again.
KO, do the thing. You probably don't need to do the thing, but do the thing.
I would love to see what happens when the res has to go up here. Looks like the ult is now offline for KO. Just kind of waiting to see if anybody wants to peek here. They know that players are going to be coming from 2 sides. Yasuke finding 1, 2, 3, 4, but that's a good trade from Abyss.
Now they know that Abyss is there, though, so if you're looking to just maintain this point,
right here.
3 into 2, you could win this out easily, but you have to play smart.
I would imagine the Viper wall gonna go up here in a moment, but there's the Hunter's Fury!
Oh, Datara, that was huge. And then V Spicy took out Rezkin as well. It is just Viper standing. V Spicy, you're gonna have to run, my friend.
Yeah, that was such an elite Hunter's Fury. Oh my goodness. We have seen some elite Sova play today. We have been treated.
It's so beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
If you could see that the Sova on the other side has Hunter's Fury, I would advise not trying to do the defuse or like be ready to just get up and run away from it. That's my advice.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where you're like, oh, I hope that they maybe like accidentally shoot my legs and don't get full damage, and like maybe think that I'm gonna move and they miss, and yeah, just so good play from the side of Surge White right now. They are clicking. We've heard coaches say that this team is really good, but now we're really starting to see it.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 chilling out by B, being ready to set up that wall if they hear anyone, but in Surge White fashion, they are already moving towards that A site. Unfortunately, the Venom did come out, so that stalled them. They've chose to rotate. Are they just gonna rush through B? No, they're probably gonna go for a C push. It's the safer one, I understand. Not as flashy though.
No, well, maybe not as flashy, but there might be some more flashes to make it flashy.
This is true. We do see the Viper priming the Venom wall over there, and there's an EMP coaxial. Unfortunately, we'll get that one. Zed will follow it up. EMPs are so difficult to deal with.
Yeah, this KO agent is unbelievably OP, and the ult's going to get popped there as well. There's the neural theft coming out from the side of Cypher. The op from Maroon, I don't know if they picked it off Rezkin or if they just bought their own. Just another good round.
With just two standing, this is going to be very difficult for either side. Well, not honestly for either side. If you are just two players standing, the defuse has begun for 1, 2, 3, 4. That wall was huge, but it's just not enough when there's only two of you standing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you would think, you know, when you see some of these combos that these teams pick with agents early in the game, you would think that, you know, Viper Omen Breach is a pretty standard, like, site control type pick. Just because you do have the smokes from the Viper, from Omen and Breach, or excuse me, the stun from Breach, the smokes from Omen, and then you have like that toxin screens and walls and the assets from the Viper that can just lock down a site. KO is single-handedly breaking that standard pick right now. All
right, you heard it from Rally first. KO has broken the game.
It might be true.
And I just lost the game to anyone that's listening and knows what that is.
No, but I mean, seriously, KO right now is like single-handedly stopping those early site controls, which is just allowing these offenses to break into these sites. You get those ability usages offline for those 10 seconds. That's invaluable time when smokes can't go out. So important.
We do see the toxin screens been used. The EMP came out. Rezkin, you are now detected. They know you were there, and your health is definitely hurting. Hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4 has a heal orb for you, and they do. You are very lucky. Hopefully you thank them. Your supports are always there for you.
That's one of those ones where it's like, oh, I gotta run. I've gotta go. They know where I am.
Sage, help. Help me, Sage.
I has heal, please.
Ooh, slightly different tactic coming out right now from Surge White. They did split up just a tiny bit. Normally you do see them all sort of conga line into one area on A. They've taken two different entrances now. But if you're looking at the Riptides, most of them are on C and B. It is just Jet over here on A. So if we see the classic rush come out here, and yes, there it is. They've pushed in. The Cypher cage has been dropped. Datara is going to go chill out underneath in Hell and just see if anybody decides to peek.
And you saw the KO there got the EMP off just long enough to get the spike down. Then the toxin screen went up. No one could push into that site. Just so good slowing it down. Maroon with the op as well. This is the way they're using their ability usage is so good right now.
It's 3-3. Omen getting healed up by Sage. We do still have the Viper ultimate in use right now. 1, 2, 3 is getting the defuse, but Datara will shut that down. Now, bodies are hitting the floor. Abyss finds V Spicy, Descent finding Maroon, and Datara finding Abyss. Oh man, this is interesting, and now the defuse has begun. Is there enough time left on the clock, though? You're at risky time, and there is not enough. Oh, Descent, I am so sorry.
That's unfortunate because Descent did so well to play that round just right. There was just not enough time for him, and it's just the pacing of this game is just completely changed on this patch. I mean, it's so different now. This is crazy to watch how this pacing is just so different. I'm loving this.
1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Different strat this time. Omen chilling out by themselves on C. Most of the Riptide is over here by A. And we do see, of course, Surge White looking like they're going to go A. We might see them fake us out and choose to go a different direction. But the Riptides are ready this time, possibly. They're moving a little bit, though.
And I think what's happening here is you see Omen is on that, like, east side of C side, hoping that they can get some smokes in over towards A, I think, because KO's had been stopped. KO's or EMP had been stopping all those smokes. I think Omen was just hoping to get a couple out there and maybe slow down some pushes.
Unfortunately for the Riptides, V Spicy found Coaxial, took them out almost instantly. It's always difficult when you're by yourself. Descent chilling out here in Heaven, making sure there isn't an easy push on A. All of Team Surge White, though, has backed up and choosing to go a different direction. They revealed themselves, so to speak. And once again, we're seeing that C push as Omen and Jet for the side of the Riptides get in position to be ready to defend.
And here comes some aggressive play. You see the knives are out here from the side of Riptides, and unfortunately, there it is. Rezkin gets traded, though.
Dang it! That was, just waited a little bit longer, Rezkin. That would have been so huge.
Yusuke's just pulling up the classic. No fear of human life there. Respect the classic right clicks in the middle of the round for no reason.
Let's go for it. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, though, does take out Yusuke. Datara is still there right on the spike. And yes, the attackers will win out the round, unfortunately. I am sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Switching
That was
sides.
tough, and I'm a little bit disappointed. And I was hoping to see more of KO on that defensive side and see how they use those EMPs and those flashes. I mean, of course, Riptide could flip this around and take care of business on the attacking side, but it's going to be tough. It'll be interesting to see how they counter this KO defense. I think KO might even be more broken on defense than they are on offense, which is insane to say.
Well, if you can pick the side, we'll pick the site that doesn't have KO and you plant quickly, just like Surge chose to do. You might have the opportunity to maintain point, but you also got to kind of spread out and avoid the EMP when they try to do the retake.
So it looks like KO's strategy here on defense is to shove it mid. Okay, interesting.
Do it. Show us what you got.
Oh, psych, they were just getting some info. They're going to back on up here. But it is a rotate to the wrong site, so Riptide's going to have a chance to probably get the spike down. As you see, there's the flash and the stun going out from the side of Coaxial. Yep, spikes can go down in default.
Yes, Abyss, easy plant. No sweat on their back for that one. However, the retake with the opportunity to use an EMP could be huge with everyone grouped up as they are right now. Descent will pick up Yasuke though, so there goes the EMP opportunity. Maroon and V Spicy both taking up, picking up one, and Datara as well.
Coaxial finds that good trade though. That was super important. It is a 3v2 right now with Coaxial being weak. Maroon finds one and gets traded out by Rezkin, so it's just Rezkin versus Cypher here.
Who will win? Who will win?
Zed with that classic no armor right now. This is going to be interesting. It is a half health from this Jet. But you have to imagine that the abilities, the tailwinds, and the updrafts are going to be huge.
Oh! The trigger discipline. There just was not enough time remaining on that timer. Zed, unfortunately, will go down to the spike.
So there you go. There's an offensive win from Riptide. We love to see good offensive wins, and that was just played really well. Big pistol round there. Momentum comes in pistol rounds. We say it every week, and it continues to be true. Riptide, don't call it a comeback.
Be careful, Riley. Let's hope you did not just curse the Riptides.
You know what? I want to see them rise up to it. Good teams can rise up against my weak commentator curse.
All right, fair. I'll give that to you.
I'm not so vain to think that I have enough control over these games. I just sit back and watch good Valorant. It's a great job.
Fair enough, as we see Coaxial take out V Spicy right away. So down one for Surge White. Yusuke will return the favor, taking out Rezkin though, so things have evened right back up.
Oh.
Yusuke finding Coaxial as well. You gotta shut down KO.
There, and you asked for it. There you go. Abyss taking out Yusuke. Zed finding one from heaven, but they know where they're at, I would think. Maroon's going to have a nice little angle here as well, I think.
Both 1, 2, 3, 4 and Abyss are hurting right now on that health front, and that's never good. There's plenty of time left for that defuse, so Surge White, congratulations, you've won out this round.
Yeah, that was a really good play. You saw the Cypher Cage waiting there in heaven from the side of Zed Evans there. Great play, Maroon, just nice and slow walk through sight. Saw that Cypher Cage get popped, giving Zed that chance to get down into sight. And it was just a clinical 1-2 there from Maroon and Zed.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It's true. It's true. Those who push together do indeed win together.
Yes, Riley's keys to the game.
I haven't had a chance to say that one in a couple of weeks. I've been sad, but it's true. Is that a Bucky?
I think it was.
Is that a Where's Baratel? Somebody get Baratel.
Baratel, I hope you're in the chat and I hope you're happy. Oh, am I finally seeing a B push? Am I finally seeing a B push? Yes! No! Dang it, the toxin screen. Okay, the wall nicely done, split things up, but you kind of make it like your team, you can take it out like that. Yes, because you shot, yeah, you limit the line of sight. So 1, 2, 3 did take out Yusuke, but Yusuke got an exit frag, so to speak.
Oh, there's the Bucky. Taking care of business. Descent there with that nice little shotgun. Wait to see if anyone wants to push. There's one. And they actually landed the headshot on Maroon, too.
Aww, plenty of time for that defuse as well, yet again. Was that a no, I'm not going to share the defuse, Maroon?
I think it was. I think Maroon's saying, they're saying my ability cost went up to 7 this week. Dang it. I'm getting every single ult point I can get.
Almost fully charged. Soba needed that one. I want to see more Hunter's Fury kills.
That is true. That face that you just saw on screen there for the emotes, the surprise face, that is me every time I see Hunter's Fury get popped this week because it's so good. And KO's ult's online as well.
Let me see it. Let me see you pop off.
Do the thing, do the thing, do the thing.
We wait patiently. Datara does not have their ultimate online, but if they can get an early pick, they may have it. That'd be great to initiate with for their side, or to prevent a defuse. We'll have to, well, in order to prevent a plant, we'll have to wait and see. However, Coaxel already just running it in on the Odin, as well as Jet right behind them. They're taking control of this site quickly, but Zed will take out 1, 2, 3, 4, and Yasuke will find Rezkin right away.
Yeah, and there you go. Just a quick round there. And you saw Yasuke is getting rezzed right there. So there's our first vision of what it looks like when Yasuke is down and getting rezzed as that KO. And that's how you finish out a game.
That is disgusting. Well, with that, the Surge White are our winners for our second match in the Esports Tower Valorant Rumble. Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binaries alike, that was very exciting. I'm so happy we got to see some KO play this evening.
Yeah, that was... we've been hoping for that. We were talking about it pre-match, hoping to see it maybe a little bit come out with this new patch, and it's going to be tough to counter.
Well, if you want to be seen by some expert college recruiters while you're playing KO, maybe talk directly to some esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then join the club. And that club in particular is the Esports Tower Club, where players get insider access to industry insights with our featured rumbles such as this. Recruiters are taking notice of these events as well. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start to your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship, because our recruiter might be sitting about 15 feet to my right.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And we talked about it before the game. For someone like Yasuke, this was a chance to show out in front of those recruiters that they're versatile. They can run different agents and they're adaptable. And they showed out that game. Popping
off on any operator in one of these events is the equivalency of like running into a room of sparklers in your hands, in my opinion.
That is true. It's like, hey, guys, look at me. Look at me. I'm here. I'm really good.
I'm popping off. I'm a fantastic Valorant player. And with that, you should definitely recruit me to your school and give me one of those scholarships. You know?
Got it. You love getting school paid for doing what you love.
I mean, back in our day, it was never something that we could even fathom. And now we're sitting here getting to cast these events and hopefully see some of these players in their near future playing right here in this arena. Of course, you may not be seeing that. You may be playing against us, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I won't, no hard feelings, Riley. I totally understand.
I am going to miss that, though. This is such a good place.
All right, well, that wraps up our second match this evening, and we'll be moving into our third, so be sure you come back right after this break, grab some water, some chips, use the restroom. I know I for sure will be doing just that, and be here in about 2 minutes to see how this evening wraps up. We'll see you here real soon.
Are you guys ready? How do you guys are ready, bro? Here we go. Prepare your ears, chat. Prepare your ears. Here we go. Yes, sir. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Schmied Cup. They're not going to be ready for this. Oh! Oh! Nitro with 2, 3.
Get down. Dark wave. Get down.
Well, you got the ace. And he got the ace to close it. Corey is your first Schmied Cup champion. UFC events, brought in some heavy hitters to support this tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was the first Schmied Cup. Hashtag never alone,
Hello, I'm Rajneesh Khanna from iCultivewear and Chopra Foundation. Mental health has been brought up a lot recently and proven to be at the forefront of our conversations. As we begin to understand how comprehensive it is, we should open up a conversation that mental health is not one size fits all. We all need help or just someone to talk to from time to time.
You know, mental health is a very serious thing, so I'm glad that we were able to run this tournament and showcase and just show that and help support that cause, you know, for mental health. So thank you guys so much. Let me go talk to the Esports Tower team. Yo, what's going on, guys?
Hello.
So how did it feel playing against tens?
I was shaking.
Yeah.
Shaking the entire time.
You guys got rounds, right? So that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And don't feel down. You
No,
literally just played.
I feel great right now.
I'm coming out of this.
Yeah, you guys literally played against one of the most stacked teams, I think, of this tournament. All the people that are watching too, like, you guys can do this as well. You guys can earn your chance. So look up Esports Tower, and they're doing good things over there.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome back to this broadcast of the Esports Valorant Tower Rumble. We are broadcasting it from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena, and it is finally time to jump into our final game of the night, the one that Riley definitely has been holding his breath for, and one of our producers, Fish, called from the beginning. This is going to be our back-to-back champions of the landslides, taking on the Firestorms. Riley, what are you hoping to see in this game?
Exciting play, and I think we're going to get it, and here's why. Landslides keep telling everyone that Icebox is their worst map. This is on Icebox. We saw these two teams go crazy. Firestorms took them to, they pushed them as far as I've seen anybody push Landslides on Icebox last week. I think they're going to do it again. I think they might actually take this one. I don't know, but I think they have a chance.
Sorry in advance, Landslides. Everybody who has watched this broadcast before knows that Icebox is my favorite map of all time, and it just so happens to be your least favorite map, so my apologies for that one. But, you know, you got to take it with what you got and do the best you can. This is today's competitors. We had the Landslides, Firestorms, Lightning, Surge White, and Surge Blue, Riptides, Meteors, and I believe that is everybody. Yes, and yes, I got everybody. Thank goodness. All right, those are all the teams that we had this evening. We saw some very exciting matches. This is going to be the wrap-up match and the one to go down possibly in history. Can the Landslides win this one and go into their third championship in a row and possibly get that triple crown? Only time will tell. And if they want the opportunity to do just that, they'll have to follow Doc's keys to the game in Valorant, and they are, yo, don't ego peek the op. Know your win con, dog. Get over Icebox, Riley, and calculate the enemy econ, fool. I am so sorry, Riley. You just got personally called out for that one.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I have a personal vendetta against Icebox because I suck at it, and that's probably why I don't like watching it. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine. I can handle it.
All right. Well, Doc's keys are presented by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Oh, Riley, I'm so sorry.
Do you think the Esports Tower would be willing to, like, coach me just on Icebox?
Possibly. I mean, if you reach out to one of them, I'm pretty sure they'd be more than happy to, like, be like, hey, tell us your favorite agent. We'll show you some lineups for both attack and defense on both points.
I would appreciate that. It might be more than just show us one agent because I'm going to need all the help I can get on this map.
Okay, here's a demo reel of all the things you can do.
Okay, there we go. I like that. I like that. I'll tell you what, though. I was laughing so hard when I went home and watched chat replay, and I saw Mr. Memphi actually saying, yeah, this is our worst map. This is our worst map. After last week, Mr. Memphi, like, popped off on this map. So it's like, all right, man, like, worst map. Let's put it in quotes. You guys are still nasty. I have nothing against the landslides. I love seeing chaos.
Mr. Memphi, I also really enjoy operator play, so if you could do me a favor and show some, king operator skill, I would definitely be very excited to see that, as always, because I just like sniper play, because I can't play a sniper to save my life.
Well, you missed a heck of a week of Mr. Memphi shooting the op last week, I'll tell you
well,
that.
Mr. Memphi, show me what you got so I can act like I saw last week. We are jumping into our last game of this evening with our back-to-back champs taking on the team Firestorm, who have looked impressive tonight in their games. We'll perhaps see some more KO play. Unfortunately, I am wrong. This match comes from our last round of the group stage, and it's on Icebox to determine who will make it into the grand finals. Will it be the Landslides, or will it be Team Firestorm in the upset of the evening?
Yeah, this will be really impressive. You see a very similar lineup right down the board here. Viper has been so important these last couple of rumbles. It's become such a, it's really worked its way into this esports tower meta. And so I think it's going to be really interesting to see how these two teams combat each other with Viper and really with the exact same agent lineup on both sides.
We've got DTX, who we saw pop off on Cypher previously, choosing to go with that Reyna. Mr. Memphi, of course, for the other side, going with the tried and true jet play. As you mentioned, basically mirrors of both rosters here. It's going to come down to who can take advantage of the kits that they have. Though, Mr. Memphi, I am very excited to see you take on Cool Guy Fire, if I'm being completely honest here.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how those two can kind of play with each other. We saw Cool Guy hit some really good shots as well with that op, so it'll be intriguing. I do think that it's significant that we do see the switch to a we do see the switch to a duelist from Prestige. We did see Prestige really running Sage really well last week, so that's interesting. And DTX switching from Cypher to that Reyna as well. So two duelists go onto from support players. Just kind of an interesting combo here now.
Well, one thing to keep in mind is that Esports Tower works very hard to make sure that these rosters are well balanced, and they work with the players a lot. And there's an opportunity for them to show off their prowess, and possibly Prestige is handing the torch of the Sage play over to someone else they feel is more, I guess, well-rounded on Sage. We'll have to see, though.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because Prestige did pop off last week. We actually did have a nice interview with them, and it'll be interesting to see how they run that duelist. Same way with DNX, or DTX, excuse me. And there's DTX already finding Snazzy and finding Simply as well. I believe Simply's new to this team this week, so that's probably why we see them on Sage this week.
We also see El Boof right over here in front of Prestige. Prestige did get a couple shots on them. El Boof is definitely hurting, but even though they are low on health, Prestige goes down first. For the Landslides, it is just Jet standing now. Everybody for Firestorm, other than Jet, is very damaged, however. Mr. Memphi found Cool Guy Fire right away. Mr. Memphi might, reverse sweep this one as far as agent powers go and take out everybody on low health. As they take out DTX, but El Boof will find Mr. Memphi.
Common theme from last week, Firestorms on Icebox. Find that first pistol round. They did it in both halves on this map last week. Not surprising to see them do it here as well. This is a really, really good pistol team. It'll be interesting to see if that carries over into these next rounds. Firestorm's got to find a way to chain these rounds because Landslide can just get rolling.
So don't let the Landslides roll, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Don't let the Landslide start a landslide.
We've got... I feel like DTX probably has a very high chance of taking out Cool Guy Fire. Mr. Memphi as well can now obviously take out Cool Guy Fire, but Cool Guy Fire is a force to be reckoned with, so be careful if you're intending to just go hunt them down.
Yeah, a lot of players on this team are really good. That's a great leer there from the side of Firestorms, and there's Mr. Memphi, the shorty into the tailwind there, and Prestige finding another one too. Look, this is a great response, but two big ones as well. Two quick elims there from the side of Firestorms.
Yes, 3-3 still standing on both sides. Sage has possession of that spike, so that makes it a little bit easier to get the plant off. They just have to be meticulous about this because they know basically where everybody is for the side that's trying to plant. Now, they're trying to go for the sneaky wraparound and keep some attention here on Noobman, who takes out Snazzy. Nicely done. They're going to use that arrow to try and locate some people if they're trying to push in. Ooh. Doing just that, finding Selexic right away.
Big shots from Noobman there. Great Spectre play. I love the fact that these two teams know that they know each other really well, and they know that Firestorms are so good with pistols, and it forces these teams to buy guns in the second round. I love it.
Simply, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Yeah, that was about, yeah, that's all I could say is that UNF Warrior is waiting for you.
Battle Sage was waiting to go, and they took care of business.
Firestorm is up 2 now. Will the Landslides be able to bring it back? They have lost the first 2 pistol rounds, which means their econ is hurting a little bit. I'm interested to see if everyone went with full buys, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I imagine that it's go time now. When you're the side of Landslides, you know that you are probably the most talented team with these big boy rifles. It'll be interesting to see if you can take advantage. To UNF still with that Spectre there. This is probably more out of choice at this point. Maybe not, because Noobman as well with the Spectre, so maybe a little low econ here. And that can come with the ability usages being more expensive. And there's DTX busting in and finding Prestige.
For Team Landslides, they took a surprisingly early loss to Lightning in the beginnings of the group stage, and so that means they are forced to win out in this tiebreaker. If they do lose, this will be the first time that they do not make it into our championship round, so this is definitely a high-stakes game for them in particular, but they are the Landslides. They could bring it back very easily. Only time will tell in this regard, because I'm not casting a curse on myself or anyone in this room unless it's Riley.
Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, look at Mr. Memphi just doing absolute work right now. The Swiltex-Memphi combo is just crazy. Noobman does take out Swiltex, so it's down to this 1v1. It's Memphi versus Noobman. Wow, that was not, there you go. Noobman just gunning down Mr. Memphi.
Noobman, I think it's time you change your name.
Yeah, you're not a noob.
Nope.
You're like,
we're calling you out on that one right now.
I'm gonna start calling you like Immortal Man, like Radiant Man. I don't know, something that's not Noob Man, because you're not noob.
With that now, unfortunately, the econ's definitely going to be hurting for the Landslides on this one. This might be a save round. It looks like for most of them it's going to be. They have to get the picks on this one, equal things out if they're looking to be able to buy on the next round and have it be a little bit of an easier chance for them to hold the defense.
Game changer, though. Memphi did pop knives. We've seen Mr. Memphi be so good with those knives, and that usually means you know what's coming here in the next couple of rounds. The Memphi up.
Operator time. Let's go, Mr. Memphi. The cool guy fire might also pop off and bring out the knives, or, you know, an operator next round as well. We'll have to see.
There's Swiltex just having to get away. Great leer there from the side of DTX. And Noobman finds Memphi. That's a huge kill early in this game.
UNF Warrior going for that plant. Easily going to get that one taken care of. For the Landslides, they have 4 agents standing right now. Firestorms have all 5 of their members full health. Both sides still have full health, but, you know, it's a little difficult when you're a man down.
Yeah, Landslides now obviously have to try and get a retake, which is going to be tough. It'll be interesting to see if they can do anything. And Noobman just going massive.
Snazzy took out DTX and El Boof shortly thereafter. It's 2-2. Snazzy finds UNF Warrior. Cool guy finds Snazzy, though. So it's going to be Sage versus Jet. Who will win?
You're running out of time, Simply. You got to go right now. You know Cool Guy's behind this crate.
Just take him out. Take him out. Yes, Simply, nicely done. Can you get the defuse?
No.
Or, nope. Just run it away. Run away. That's okay. We understand. Safe.
That was a big gunfight, though. Simply needed to win that simply for confidence. I think they had Cool Guy looking at them, and Simply was able to get a nice eagle peek, get around that yellow crate, and find the kill. I think just for a confidence standpoint, that was big, because that was a huge flank there from Noobman.
It's okay. That does mean that everyone for the side of Firestorms is forced to at least spend a decent chunk of creds to get their guns back. So it could even things up a little bit. We see for the Landslides, Sova, Hunter's Fury is ready to go. Firestorm, Sova, Hunter's Fury is ready to go. Could we see 2 back-to-back double kills from both these Sovas? I'm really hoping so. Noobman, you've done it before. Do it again, please.
Yeah, Noobman has been so good with this Sova. That's a great sensor dart there, just trying to get that recon dart, getting some information. The wall is going to go up mid as well. Cool Guy's going to try and get up with some information there and actually try to get some hipfire shots off. That would have been insane.
Hunter's Fury has been popped from the Sova for the side of Firestorm. Did not pick anybody up, but it could possibly funnel people into an area to allow their team to push in. UNF Warriors choosing to retreat. They have the heal orb ready to go and help one of their teammates who is in need.
Yeah, Prestige here is looking to get this back mid-map. You see, they're trying to guess on this B rotation, and I think they read them really well here. I think Landslides are going to be waiting for Firestorms. Let's see if Firestorms can get that opening pick early.
Working their way around slowly, trying not to give away their location. We do still have Landslide Slova with their Hunter's Fury, so if they can figure out where everybody is, because they are right next to each other, but Prestige took out 2. UNF Warrior and DTX both go down. Now there's only 3 remaining for the side of the Firestorms, and I feel like this might be the beginning of the end if you are cheering for them, because the Landslides might be able to bring this back.
Yeah, you have to imagine if Landslides are able to bring this back 3-0, there's Memphi. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The Memphi op is out.
On the operator, Prestige taking out Cool Guy Fire. Oh, it's just Viper standing El Boof. You've got a choice to make, and unfortunately, before you have the opportunity to even decide, Select 6 takes you out.
And I'll tell you what, our ICCU player of the game last week, Prestige, 3 huge kills that round. Nothing bigger than these first 2. Waiting on it, had that crosshair placement perfect here. You're going to see this is a great play from them. Just waiting for people to push in, the individual pushes, and then able to get away while getting the overheal on. Prestige, absolutely massive to kind of turn some tide and get some momentum back on your side.
Big brain.
5 head. Prestige as well does have that Empress online as well, so another duelist with their abilities online. See if Prestige wants to get aggressive and pop it here. Oh my goodness, wait, they found DTX. What the heck?
Prestige, you're popping off right now. We do not see the default wall coming out here through tunnel right there. That's something I've talked about before. It's something that can slow down a push in many cases because it's a lot of damage you have to push through in that area, and unfortunately leaving it wide open can be to your detriment unless you have Snazzy looking for the kills right there, just being like, nah, let me take care of it. Getting 3 back to back. Snazzy, however, are you going to go find Noob Man? Are you going to be looking for that 4th? Are you going to do it? Is your team going to let you have that 4th kill?
I would imagine at this point it's all men for themselves because Noobman has the ability to go off and do some crazy stuff, but the timing's just not going to be there. There's Soul tags.
Ah, yes, that's unfortunate. We could see the outline of them walking up to their left, but unfortunately they were doing it sneakily, so nothing was given away.
So, okay, so now on the side of Landslides, you have Memphi Op, which is basically like having your ultimate online.
Yes.
And you've got two other big time ults online. The 2 other really deadly ults online. So Landslides right now has a chance to do some really good stuff. And I mean, Memphi hasn't even really had to, like I think they have 1 op kill through 6 rounds. It'll be interesting to see if they find an early pick here. If they're gonna get revealed, it looks like, though. That's tough.
Yeah, the recon dart was well placed. Now we also have the drone coming out. Mr. Memphi's location's definitely given away on with that one. So hide a little bit, get a new positioning. Try to click some heads if you can. 3-3 as far as ults go. Could go either way. The Lear came out as well. With that help, Cool Guy will take out Simply. Selectsic will take out DTX yet again. UNF Warrior getting that plant off as the knives come out from Cool Guy Fire.
And there's 1 on Sultex there as well. Can they find Memphi? Memphi just gets away. Prestige finds out Boof. Cool Guy finds Memphi. And there's Prestige with that Empress getting popped as well. Battle Sage, UNF Warrior, though. Big time plays.
Keep it up, UNF. I really enjoy the Battle Sage, as always.
This is a crazy game. We're seeing some insane play already. Look at Noobman, 8-3, sitting there top of the leaderboard on either side, doing some serious work. Memphi died and had enough creds to buy another op, though. That's huge. Although they are very drained now on those creds.
Yeah, that could have been a risky play. Possibly you just need to have someone else buy some stuff for you next time. Just a suggestion. Now we've got Cool Guy Fire and Mr. Memphi, both on the Jets with the operators. Who will be the better sniper jet?
Yeah, I think it's going to be who wants to get aggressive. But the interesting thing is you see Landslides in A here. It's kind of a split push from both teams. It's going to be big firefights on both sides of the map.
It is Sage who has the spike, so that means the plant location right now is looking at A, though there is Sova and Jet on the other side, pseudo towards B, wrapping back around, trying to see if they can pick up anybody who's going for that flank. They may be able to pick up Reyna, but Reyna will find them first, so Prestige takes out Noobman. Things are about to get a little bit hairy for Cool Guy Fire.
Now the question is, yeah, there's the op. Cool Guy Fire clicking on Prestige's head. That was a huge elim in mid. And Snazzy here is just going to kind of be waiting to see if there's any information. This is going to be a big 4-man push here from the side of Firestorms. DTX picks off Snazzy. That was huge. Now, if you're Landslide, you have to try and find a way to retake, but simply finding DTX was important in that round for sure. 2 big kills there.
Selexik getting 2 more. That's Dirty Sage. Still has their ult online, but they're probably going to just choose to run away and get out. Yeah, UNF Warrior, it's up to you. Nicely done taking out Simply, but Selexik found you right away. That's always a painful situation to be in, and the defuse has plenty of time to happen. With that one, the defenders will win out the round.
3-5. We were hoping for some good gameplay, and we're getting it right now. This is a really good game right now. Both of these teams battling it out. The ops going to work. The ult's going to work. This is interesting. Landslide obviously playing with some pressure. Like, this is the first time that you're playing with like that winner go home mentality outside of a final. I'll be interested to see how Landslide continues to respond through these next couple of rounds. If they want to get back to their 3rd BFC, you got to win these.
Yeah, the Landslides must win this game to force a tiebreaker in their group. So all bets are off if they can. Good luck to you guys. I'm not trying to put the pressure on, I promise.
Yeah, you see there is a nice DTX Empress getting popped. The Lear's going to go out as well. There's the info. Cool Guy's going to find one, but Memphi, the op onto DTX. That's massive.
Snazzy found Cool Guy. UNF Warrior knew where Snazzy was, but the wall was just a little miscalculated, so Snazzy connected their sights on UNF before UNF could return the favor.
Yeah, UNF thought that wall was going to cut down that LOS and they were going to get some advantage, but that was just such a great play from Swiltex, and Memphi with a huge shot on Noobman as well.
Everything's equaling out now. 4-5. Are the Landslides going to bring it back?
Yeah, there was the miss from Mr. Memphi, but it didn't matter. They were able to just kind of regain their weight. They knew the Noobman was probably going to try and stay in that same place, and actually Mr. Memphi was the aggressive one and got the peek off, but it didn't matter. Found the big elim.
Both Sages with their ult online. Viper for the side of Firestorm has that Venom Cloud ready to go as well. We could see that used in tandem with a plant, as we've seen in the past. It's always great to, it's a great way to zone people out as Prestige takes out UNF Warrior, Noobman takes out Prestige, and Cool Guy takes out Selexik.
Yeah, Memphi there was trying to get some shots through that Viper wall. No luck so far. Looks like they almost ADS and clicked on someone's head, but not quite so much. 4v3 here. It'll be interesting to see if that heal orb's down.
Oh, Noobman took out Memphi. Snazzy taking out Noobman in return. Ooh, Firestorm, your jet is looking like they're hurting very bad. El Boof is going to get that plant off. The res is going to come out as well onto Prestige. Now the numbers are evened out. The Venom Cloud has been popped, so that's going to force a certain amount of time. No one can really get into there and defuse. So what's the strat here, Landslides? What you going to do?
I think at some point you just got to get aggressive. You have players with fantastic gun skill right now. Snazzy is going to send that drone in, get some information. They got a little bit and simply was able to find Cool Guy 5 before that info was important. Down to a 3v2 here. Boof's kind of got the pocket rocket working here. Let's see if they can make it work. Simply gets the defuse off too.
I love the Sheriff. I really do. But that's a gutsy move.
If you can click on heads, it's so good. You have to be confident with it, and it just unfortunately didn't pay off that time. 5v5 though. What great gameplay we're getting here, Artie. What great gameplay.
Are we going to see another 17 and 15 game and your voice just get more and more shot as the evening goes on?
I was going to say, listen, I found out that England is bringing it home in the Euros, and I got a little excited last night, and I screamed a little bit too much. So. Now, I can't handle another 17-15. I don't think I can do it.
It's okay. Both of our voices will be shot at the end of the evening. That's fine. It's all good. We don't need to talk tomorrow.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, there's Hunter's Fury! It's going to pick anybody up. I don't think so.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Nuggets.
But it did force everyone to one side of that site, and Memphi.
El Boof, DTX, both of them popping off. Mr. Memphi went down. It's now 2v4. The Spike is in possession of Viper. Firestorm's looking spicy right now. They even have the blades online for Jet. This could be... They could be bringing it back now. It's time to put the pedal to the metal now.
Yeah, and you see there's Prestige getting some info. That good tailwind there from Cool Guy Fire to get away from it. A little bit of damage onto Prestige. Unfortunately, Sultex just with an aggressive ego peek just didn't quite work out.
It's just Reyna standing now for the Landslide's Prestige. What are you going to do? Are you going to go for the exit frag, try to equalize that econ a little bit? You pop the Leer. No one shot it. They're not trying to give away their location. I vote you just get out.
Yeah, and it looks like they're listening to you, Artie. That was a good call. Prestige is just going to kind of back out here, get back into spawn, see if anyone wants to push around, but I don't think that there's really any need to do anything too crazy. It looks like they are going to try and push a little bit, but in the end, I think Prestige is going to get away with their life.
Hopefully. Prestige, my heart goes out to you if you do not. Yes. You should be safe. Just don't peek Viper. Do not peek Viper, please. Oh, that was lucky.
Some shots came in there, and it almost was really bad there for Prestige.
2 ults online for both sides going into this next round. One of them is a Resurrect for the Firestorms, however, so that's not really an aggressive type of ultimate. It can, however, equalize out the agent numbers if needed, and you die in a position where you can actually get res. Just don't yell at your Sage if you're in a bad spot, please. The Landslides, however, have that Venom Cloud and the Knives ready to go again. Are we going to see Knives v. Knives with Jet and Jet? I hope so.
I believe we saw it last week at one point, and it was very exciting. I'm hoping we're going to see it between these two Jets, especially 2 high-tier Jets. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one to see who decides to go. There's that Venom Cloud going to get popped there from Viper, so Swillix is just looking to get aggressive here and get that plant down, or stop the plant coming down.
We Jet for... Oh, Jet is just chilling out in spawn right now, trying to see if anyone's going to do the risky wraparound play. They've decided now they're not going to. Too much time has passed. There's no way they're going to come back here. And are now pushing up with their teammates. Still no Knives popped yet. I'm okay with that.
It's a little interesting, though, when you see that late push there. Even though you are up 4-5, you've given the defenses time to set up. You are a little bit split here. You do see that Reyna going to get pushed out a little bit. You're rotating a little bit farther behind. It is going to be a 3v4 over here on A, actually more of a 2v4, and Cool Guy does have that op. So this is just a really interesting timing round.
Got 33 seconds left on the clock. Some action needs to start happening. They need to make a decision as to where they're going to go. UNF Warrior has the spike in their possession. The Knives have been popped by Jet for the side of Firestorm. So there's one. And the nope, never mind. I thought the other one was going to get popped. My heart is now sad. Mr. Menfi taking out Noobman, however. It's equalizing out. This is going to be difficult. The spike has been planted, so now it's just to sit and defend.
Yeah, and you see Menfi there got that little information to head there. The Lear's going to get countered by the smoke. Everyone's just trying to push into the site now. You're getting pushed from the same side. It's all just going to be about who can sit in and defend, but that's a huge opening from Prestige there.
1 enemy remaining.
It is just Viper standing for the Firestorms.
They knew exactly where Elboof was.
Yes, they did.
There was like 3 people shooting at the exact same spot up in Nest there. That's so brutal if you're Elboof. You're like, man, just trying to get away with my life.
Nope, not going to happen.
That was such a huge pick from Prestige there, though. That was one of those things where you just kind of have to, you know, lace up the boots and get in there, get aggressive. And that was great work just to make it happen and find that opening pick, because the round just opened up as soon as Prestige found that pick.
This is the last round before the switch, correct?
Yep. So we are into the second half now. So you got 6-6.
Yes.
Yeah. You can't ask for a better game than 6-6 in an Elim game, too. Like, jeez.
This is a rematch of our grand finals from week 5 with some new players for Team Firestorms, and maybe those new players on their roster is what's going to make the difference to allow them to come out on top in this one. And if they can, well, they'll have to show us what they got next week, and hopefully they'll bring out some KO play next week for us if they make it that far.
Yeah, I hope we see KO play from a lot of teams next week. I hope that everyone saw the VOD from Surge White and what they were able to do with that KO. I mean, it completely changed that team. Hopefully we'll get to see it in these grand finals next week. It'll be really interesting to see how that works out. Simply already getting that orb online, and this is a nice B push here. Although Menfi is just kind of soloing it over at A.
That's a very risky play. You are a big gamer.
It is true.
Just trying to take some, attention away, though, can do a lot for your team. Unfortunately, UNF Warrior anticipated Simply's play there and took them out with some beautiful headshots. Death from above from the high ropes for sure.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen players get vertical here in this Rumble. Love to see it. Icebox does present so many opportunities to get vertical and do some crazy things with other players outside of just Jet. Look at this quick defuse coming here from El Boof and the counter Sage wall as well. What a play.
Oh my goodness, that was beautiful.
What a play, El Boof, and just the entire Firestorms team. Just what a play.
So we see the smoke come out from Jet, trying to force out the Sova to pick a direction. Sova chose to stay. Jet took the counter rotation from Sova. The wall went up to protect the defuse. That was beautiful.
And that actually went down to into a 1v3 because Prestige found 2 huge ones and Sulex actually found one there at the end of the round as well. So it was really tight there. I don't think anyone actually thought El Boof was going to stay on Spike. I think that was probably thought it was going to be a little bait, just a quick click on it.
Once again, we have Jet going off by themselves, a little bit towards B, trying to take some attention, make some noise. We do see Jet and Sage are also from the defensive side over there at B. It's just Reyna holding out on A in that high area. So the Sova knows they're there. I think we're going to see a full rush push here on A.
I would imagine Memphi, once again, though, just soloing it over here on this B side. That's what happens when you have such a good player like Memphi. They're able to kind of wait on that backside and just try and pin down a player on that B site. And that's what Memphi's doing right now on the Sage.
You got guts, kid.
It is true. And look at this. Now you see Reyna actually going to rotate this back. What a big brain play here from Landslides. Memphi got that information. It's just a one push over there. The Firestorms are going to think it's still on A because there's fights going on. Reyna's actually wrapping the spike over towards B. This is fantastic play.
It is just Sage. I believe that's UNF Warrior over there. Oh, and no, UNF, I am so sorry. Good night. Good night. Yes.
Oh, some shots and UNF gets away a little bit there. Memphi actually going to get found by UNF. But the key thing is here now the spike got planted on this B, and it's now a force rush over towards B. I don't know if Landslides can hold here because there's Noobman finding Snazzy.
Just Reyna and Sage standing. The wall is going to come out as well as the Leer. The defuse will begin with the help of that wall. Prestige might be able to click some heads and stop it. No, the defuse is going to go all the way through. Firestorms are going to go up by 2 now, winning out that defensive round. Nicely done.
Tell you what, that was almost a huge play there from Landslides. That rotate with the spike there. Prestige deciding to just wrap it back while your team was engaged over on that A site. Super intelligent, just not. I mean, it just didn't quite work out, but I mean, just a super smart play.
There's nothing else you could have done there.
No, it's tough. That overheal just takes so long. Do you remember, Artie, when it was like literally at the beginning of the game and the overheal was like instant, and then like they just like overheal and then gun was right back out, and it was like, are you serious?
It was gross. That was before my time of actually deciding to play Valorant. That was just me watching other people play Valorant, and it was definitely a case of that's gonna get nerfed.
There's Memphi and Prestige with 2 huge ones to start this round. UNF Warrior tries to find one, but Memphi again. This is where your IGLs take over.
Firestorm has 2 standing. Going into 4, will both of them be able to pick up 2 or one just, you know, pop off and destroy? The spike is planted. They have a choice to make once again. Do you go for the exit frag? Do you run away? What is it going to be? Mr. Memphi is hurting. Does their Sage have a heal orb for them? Can their Sage even heal them? Oh, Mr. Memphi, I am so sorry. You're wrapping around right now. You're in the LOS, and you take out DTX. Noob starts the defuse, but goes down to Snazzy.
Good trades there from the side. Memphi knowing that their week was such a, that's what NIGL does. They take the bullet quite literally for their team, peek that angle, knowing that Snazzy's going to be there to get their trade. They knew that it was going to be tough to find both. They were able to peek and actually find one, which was a huge play. Go down, but Snazzy with a great counter because they knew they had to hop right on that defuse.
All right. I wanna start seeing some op play again. Op time. It's not op time. Okay, I see how it is.
Unfortunately not, although you have to imagine it's going to be coming from Memphi here pretty soon and Cool Guy Fire. They both love running those ops. There's that Recon Dark going to go out, get some information there. Memphi's just kind of peeking and grill there, trying to get some info, and this is a little bit slower of a push here.
They got to be methodical about this one. They took an early lead, but the score's definitely evened out 7-8. It's anybody's game right now. You gotta just change it up, throw a wrench in the timings if you have to. Do what you need to do to come out on top if you're rooting for the Firestorms. For the Landslides, they're bringing it back, and they are definitely showing they are here to not give up their title easily as Snazzy takes out Noobman. Mr. Memphi taking out Cool Guy Fire.
Oh, Memphi, what a peek there through the Viper wall again and get away with that great tailwind. This was huge, and I believe, did we just hear? Oh, I thought we heard a ult Q going off there, but no such luck. Memphi with a huge 3 that round.
I think Sova started Hunter's Fury, but got dinked.
See, that's what I thought I heard too. Did they actually get it though? See, we're waiting to see if Sova goes online. There would be kind of a, no, I don't think Sova ever actually had it online. It definitely sounded like that's what happened there though, because it sounded like I Am the Hunter got said.
I thought I heard nowhere to run.
Oh, it could have been, but at the same time, I don't think Sova actually ever had their ult.
It might have been a glitch. Either way, we're going to say you never had it and act like that wasn't possibly a wasted ult.
Yeah, and there's that recon dart. Once again, Memphi getting found. Memphi just doesn't seem to care, though. I mean, the gun skill's so good for them that it doesn't really matter.
We've got Reyna and Jet on the side of the Landslides with their ultimates up and ready to go. Sage hanging on to that spike. Sage is the only one for this side of Firestorms to have their ult online. Could prove to be useful if one of their quintessential players goes down in a position that they can be rezzed.
Yeah, once again, a little bit slower of a round. I love seeing these two teams match so evenly that these rounds come down to who uses abilities best and who's able to kind of play the pace right and control the speed of the game. And that's what we're seeing here.
We saw the drone and the recon dart come out. Mr. Memphi's location's definitely known by the enemy team. They're choosing instead to wrap back around, though, and go towards Site B because just seeing Mr. Memphi gave it away. Memphi, you've been doing the same strat a few too many times. It meant that it was just you there and you did not have the spike.
And I love the way that Landslides are so free-flowing. They have such confidence that they're able to kind of get these split pushes. Prestige finding Cool Guy Fire, that's massive in this round here. And that was just so quick.
It wasn't like it was like the spike wasn't even planted.
Yeah, that was really impressive there, just getting that quick defuse off. That's something that this Firestorm team has been so good at. They're just not afraid to just hop the defuse immediately. That's a 5v4. Why are you defusing, UNF Warrior? It's working, but like, why?
Riley needs to know.
It breaks my brain a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's a completely different strat that no one expects, but like, you're just hopping it as soon as you get there. It's craziness.
All right, Sova has that Hunter's Fury online. Could we see it to prevent a possible plant? Maybe. Maybe we'll see a double kill. I'm really hoping that we do.
And now here's Landslides. They're gonna have a 5v2 over here in A site. You imagine the spike's gonna get down. It is in the side of Sova. Memphi finds 2 huge kills there. And there's that Viper ult getting popped as well from Landslides.
Oh, Cool Guy taking out the Reyna. The Hunter's Fury will pick up Snazzy. And there's the res from Simply to take Snazzy back up. The plant is starting to happen. There's a Venom Cloud and a wall blocking Cool Guy Fire's sight. This is going to be a little difficult for them, but they definitely made a little bit of noise there, so they're probably known, at least as location-wise, as they're getting shot. Cool Guy Fire will... Oh, Snazzy, you just got rezzed. I am so sorry. We do see that both Jets have knives online. Will one of them pop it to help secure the victory in this round?
I'd be surprised if we see knives go out right now. But we do actually from Cool Guy. And that's big. Oh my goodness, Cool Guy with 2 huge ones. But now it's Sultex doesn't take that any DK there. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. Wow, Cool Guy.
That was so impressive from Firestorms. The way that those two just danced around and took care of business. Oh my goodness. This Firestorm team is for real. They are really good.
I won't argue with you on that one.
This is such a good game of Valorant. I love this. I'm a little bit sad this isn't gonna. I mean, if Landslides come back and win, it could be grand finals. Again, these two teams matched up, but right now, Firestorms take care of business. We won't see this in the grand finals. I'm a little bit sad it's not best of 3 between these two teams.
Mr. Memphi taking those early peeks, trying to see if they can lock sights on anybody, but everyone's out of their LOS, always a little bit unlucky, but that's just smart gameplay. We've got the split push happening with both Viper and Sova away from their team right now. Not on A. Mr. Memphi finds DTX. Sage does have the opportunity to res them if they can take out Mr. Memphi, but Mr. Memphi will take out Noobman as Simply TD gets the plants.
Oh my goodness, and look how fast that round went. When Mr. Memphi decides to actually push with Spike instead of pushing away with it, not saying it's a bad play for Mr. Memphi to push away with it, but when Memphi pushes with Spike, those rounds usually go quickly. They're able to just fly in there and get those plants down.
All right, Mr. Memphi, that's the strat for your team to clean this up quickly. Push with your team. Stop trying to go behind.
Those, I get to say it again, those who push together do win together. And it's true. When Mr. Memphi pushes with his team, good things happen.
I think we're going to see a possible B push coming out right now. They got to be careful, though. Sova has that Hunter's Fury online, and if they're all down that corridor right there, that's some easy pickings. And as I say that, they do choose to spread out, so nicely done. Mr. Memphi once again is at A all by themselves. They're wrapping back around, possibly following right now. Nope, going down mid. Got to be careful. UNF Warrior finding Snazzy. So now, will the landslides be able to still get this plant off despite the disadvantage of losing an agent?
And Prestige is in trouble now. They know that it's just Prestige over there. The recon bolt did go off, so Prestige is waiting to see if they can find a pick. That would be huge just to get a 1-for-1 trade here, and they might actually have a chance to get 2. Prestige is maybe going to get some. There's 1.
Oh, Prestige got Noobman. Elboof took out Selexic. DTX took out Prestige. However, Memphi finds Warrior, and Elboof finds Simply.
All right, Mr. Memphi, IGL's got to go big. In-game leaders, this is your time to shine.
27. What? Oh, my gosh. I think that was like 27 and 10.
Yeah, Memphi's going crazy right now.
That's beautiful. I don't know. I think Mr. Memphi's in a sticky situation right now, though.
Yeah, with Spike down in that side, unfortunately, this is going to be really tough. And I don't think anyone ever picked it up after it got dropped.
Oh, no. Elboof knows you're there. Yep. Oh, the tailwind barely saves you, but you have slow little health. Elboof is also hurting. Are you gonna hunt down Elboof, Mr. Memphi? Is this it? Are you? Oh, I see you. I see you.
Just to try and bait this to get this. Wait, no, they don't have time. No chance. That would have been unbelievable.
Oh no, I do. Yes, Mr. Memphi. Unfortunately, we'll go down to DTX, who is sitting there right on their right, waiting for them to get out of line of sight of themselves so they could just take them out without the opportunity for them to fight back. It's always painful to see, and it was even a thrifty.
All right, Landslides, we have not seen you in this situation in any of these rumbles. I'm curious, how do you step up to the plate? You know, this is what makes good teams great. And we've seen you be a really good team through these rumbles. If you're able to come back and win that would be a defining moment for your team. This is going to be huge trying to come back from this and clutch out. The pressure situations are what makes teams great. There's that Viper ult going to get popped as well from Firestorm. So that's forcing that B push to not happen. But the spike was back in spawn.
Mr. Memphi finding UNF Warrior. That's always a hard situation to be in if you're on the side of the Firestorms. Sage for the landslide, still hanging on to that spike. Just got to pick the location. I do believe they're probably going to go towards A since, as Riley mentioned, the Venom Cloud is over here on B. It's not even worth it. Just go away.
And you see Memphi just shooting into the Venom Cloud, just making sure that everyone knows that there's at least some presence there. Sova's going to get double pushed there. There's Sulix. Now A's going to be somewhat open to get this off. It's all going to be on Cool Guy Fire over there on that A site. Memphi's actually pushing into this Venom Cloud. This is crazy.
Memphi! Oh my goodness! An animal! DTX finding Selexic. We are now at 3-2. Firestorm's hurting on the agent numbers front. Mr. Memphi finding another one. And Snazzy taking out Cool Guy Fire to end the round, and the attackers will come out victorious. 10-11. We are going to lose our voices, Riley.
Yeah, it's looking that way, but I'll tell you what, I've not just lost my voice, I've lost my mind because this is crazy. Mr. Memphi going off, showing what a good in-game leader can do, what someone who's able to step up and lead a team. Mr. Memphi, I think, just broke 30. I mean, that's insane. You're averaging like 3 kills a round. going off. Knives online from Memphis. You see that Hunter's Fury as well, but that Sage Res could be critical here in this round 22.
We've got a push going over towards Site B. There's not going to be a Venom Clown, but there is the opportunity to use Hunter's Fury to possibly funnel people into an area, as we've seen done before, or pick up a couple of kills. UNF Warrior utilizing that high ground, saw Mr. Memphis, got the shots.
Oh my gosh.
But Mr. Memphis' crosshair placement was just superior on that regard and took out UNF Warrior.
Mr. Memphis has been spending a lot of time in aim lab, I see, because that was crazy. That was just a flick that you work on there in aim lab. That was ridiculous.
Or Kovac. I use Kovac.
Okay, that's fair. I only know aim lab, so that's the reason I say that one. Right.
All good. Cool Guy Fire found Prestige. Now it's 4-4, pretty even.
Elboof's got that little area there. Snazzy. Oh, I thought Elboof was going to pick one up, but Snazzy with a huge double. Oh my goodness.
Snazzy! Oh, okay. Well, Sage is going to get that plant, and it's just DTX.
Wow.
DTX, just get away. Please, just get away alive. That's all I'm asking of you right now.
Snazzy, though. Oh my goodness. What a play.
Huge. Snazzy. Oh, Snazzy, why are you doing this? No!
Oh my god.
DTX. DTX, why?
This is crazy. Everybody on this Landslides team showing that they can step up when it matters. It's 11 all.
Oh my goodness.
This is nuts. This is insanity right now.
Snazzy with 4 kills that round. That was beautiful. Mr. Memphis is going to definitely be looking for blood on this round to redeem themselves, splitting away from their team once again. Mr. Memphis.
This is dangerous. It's a 3 push over towards A from Firestorms versus just Memphis. It's Memphis v World here.
Memphis has the knives online though, and we've seen them pop off. They take out the recon dart, but your location is pseudo revealed because of that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the headshot on DTX, that was beautiful.
Wow, Memphis. What shots there. There's, oh, Elboof with the Marshall onto Prestige. Big headshot there.
Landsides, are they going to go for, are they going for that B plant? I think they're going for the B plant. In default spot, the wall goes up. Selectic has the opportunity to get the plant. There's some shots going over their head. Mr. Memphis finds Noobman and UNF Warrior goes down. Ooh. Landslides are hurting. It's 3-2, however, with Cool Guy Fire taking out Mr. Memphis. Oh boy, Firestorms are going to be able to bring this back. Elboof has that sniper rifle, but it's close quarters combat, my friend. This may not play into your favor.
Just waiting to see if someone wants to push out from back yellow, but little do they know, no one's actually back there right now. This is a different strat from the side of Landslides, and we love to see it. The slow orb's going to go onto Spike. No one started that defuse yet. The slow orb's going to go back there as well. Big shot from Elboof.
Elboof, that was massive. 2-2, but Sova has Hunter's Fury. They can prevent that defuse, and they're going to do it right across the Spike.
Oh my gosh.
They found Cool Guy Fire, and then Elboof goes down to Selectic. Landslides, bringing it back.
All right, now it's on Firestorms. Landslides did their part. They got themselves to 12. Their win con is 1 round. Firestorms have got to find a way to win this and push it to overtime. Landslides, they did what it took. Can Firestorms just kind of hold on, basically, at this point? It'll be interesting. They do have 3 ults online compared to, it's all duelist ults online, plus that Sage ult online for the size of Firestorm. So that could this could be a really interesting round here with a lot of aggression if those ults get popped.
I'm interested to see if our Simply here can get their res online to equalize those ults. It would make me happy to see 3-3 ults into what could be our final round, or possibly be the reason why we see this equalize for the Firestorms, having that man advantage with a possible res in their pocket. But it does come down to ability usage. As Selectic picks up that orb, they're 1 closer. The wall goes up, Simply going for that plant right away.
I think if Selectic's able to find their Toxin Cloud, I think this is game. If they're able to get that off, it's going to be really hard. This is a full backside push here, all coming from CT, from the side of Firestorms. This is going to be insane. Snazzy!
Oh, Empress did get popped by Reyna for the side of the Firestorms. Blades comes out. Mr. Memphi finds DTX. Will Cool Guy Fire be able to pick people up as Memphi takes out Nuke Man? They find Prestige, but there's still 4 standing for the landslides.
Ooh.
Cool Guy taking out Mr. Memphi, and the attackers win the landslides, securing that victory. Nicely done, landslides. Riley, I'm sorry.
Wow. I mean, I'll tell you what, I'm not disappointed. I have no issue with either of these two teams, and that was fantastic Valorant. And now I think that means that we could see potentially these two going at it next week in the grand finals.
Let's do it. Let's see it. Bring it back. I want to see it. I don't know, though.
That was unbelievable Valorant. That was unbelievable Valorant.
Well, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then you need to join the club. The Esports Tower players get an insider access to industry insights with our featured rumbles. Recruiters are taking notice of these events as well. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Check them out at esportstower.com.
Tell you what, if I was a college recruiter right now and I had 10 scholarships to give, I think I'd just say, hey, Firestorms and Landslide, there you go. Take them. That was both teams had 5 players that just did serious work.
Hey, now, I will well, okay. I want to say that there's also a caveat with that because, you know, being a good player is only a portion of it. The other portion is like, are you going to actually come to college?
That's true.
And then the last one is coachability, and that's a real hard one when you've got players that are such well-rounded and so good at the game. I'm not saying any of you mouth off to your coaches. That's actually why I'm like, I can't actually fully solidify that as being a possible reason as to why these guys may not end up coming to a college because y'all are in an organization already where you get coached.
Key, yeah.
Coaching is important, and you get to understand from the beginning how important those people are into succeeding in this realm. And with that under your belt, you already demonstrate our leg up above most of the other students who aren't a part of clubs and teams to be able to be like, yeah, I have a coach. I work well with them. You want to talk to them? Here they are.
Exactly. This is just a great opportunity for you guys to just show off everything that you do, and they're doing it so well right now.
Well, Riley, do you have a prediction real quick for the ICCU player of the game?
I really think there's only one choice, and I think it has to be Mr. Memphi after that ridiculous pop-off performance.
Well, I'm going to say Cool Guy Fire just to counter you, but it's actually going to be DTX.
Wow, okay, fair enough.
They did pop off. They were incredible in both games that we got to witness with them. The player of the game is brought to you by the Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes the team more successful, just like Idaho Central is helping members achieve financial success. DTX is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. Congratulations, my friend.
Yeah, that was really impressive there. Firestorms gave an unbelievable performance today, and they really did push Landslides right to the brink once again. I'll tell you what, I kind of forgot that DTX just went absolutely ballistic in this first game because I was so wrapped up in that second game. But yeah, DTX actually went insane. Battle Cypher. Absolutely love it.
Well, I have a special treat for you with in regards to DTX. Joining us today, our ICCU player of the game and member of Team Firestorm. Their name is Duke. Their in-game name is DTX. Is going to be doing an interview with us. We get the opportunity to possibly see a face reveal and get a quick conversation with this human being. Hello, Duke. How are you?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man? That was some pretty impressive Cypher play. Can't lie.
Thank you.
All right, so I've got some questions for you, and hopefully I don't throw any curveballs. My first one is, since joining, Esports Tower, how has this experience and be able to work with coaches been for you?
Well, it's been actually amazing. I remember watching a YouTube video, and it's like, yo, join this thing. I was like, all right, I'll do it. It was, I got 2 weeks free. We'll try it out. I got placed with Coach Easy. I love that man, all right? He taught me a lot. The scrims are fun. I've been on like a different amount of teams. I don't know how many. But recently, I had to go do something for a bit, and I come back, and I was told that I have a spot for a team named Firestorms. I was like, all right. And I was told that I could play Cypher, Reyna. Those are my 2 best characters right there. So, like, we weren't even the team for, I think, a full week before the Rumble.
Wow.
We didn't even scrim once. We had 1 or 2 practices, and that's it. We come in a Rumble, almost beating Memphis. That's the W in my book.
Yeah, you all looked like you were right on form. I mean, we saw Firestorms last week put together a really good performance, and this week y'all look just as good. That was a really impressive. That was really impressive from y'all. And so now, kind of going into this next week, you've seen what you can do as a team. What are you thinking for next week? What's the goals going into these last matches?
Well, first of all, we didn't even have our full 5. We had a sub. So almost beating, Memphis with just 4 of our main players, not even scrimming together once. Think of a couple more practices, getting to know each other even better, learning each other's play styles. I think we definitely beat them. That was my first Rumble, and I think I did pretty well. And, I just had to, that Icebox team, I didn't really do that well, I'm not going to lie. But I think just give me a little more time, I'll destroy Memphis.
Fair enough.
Okay, so you're saying we'll give you a little more time, and of course you're going to have a little more time, but up until this point, how much effort are you and your teams putting into these events trying to prepare for the opportunity to be playing in BFC?
Well, we talk. We have our own group chat, and we talk about strats. Like before the Rumble, we went over what we were gonna play for each map, strats, because we spent most of our time figuring out how we're gonna beat Memphis. We figured out that the worst map is Icebox. We know how Memphis plays, how everyone plays in general. We know that Bind and Icebox were their best maps, so we went on Bind, Icebox, work together to see what we can do, lineups, everything. We watch. I remember scrimming against them once before I was on Firestorms on Bind, and we beat them. And so we tried to we went on Bind and we found out what they did, and we just tried to counter that. Like our whole strat was trying to just play them, basically, like read them. That was our strat.
Fair enough. At the end of the day, sometimes it is genuinely just find one player and shut them down. In this case, Mr. Memphis, if you're watching this, you have a target on your back, my friend, so good luck next week.
I even told him I'm coming for him.
Nice.
I love that. I love seeing these kind of friendly rivalries where players just push themselves, because I think right now Firestorms and Landslides, I think you both of your teams have pushed yourself to that next level right now, and it's really enjoyable watching you all play. And I think it's interesting. You said this is your first time with this team. How do you feel that synergy is? How do you feel you play together? Is there good chemistry between the team?
Oh yeah, there's really good chemistry here. We have fun. We just run around the map. Some of our strats is usually just pressing W and having fun.
I love it.
And it works somehow.
Beautiful. All right, well, I will leave you with this question. What is one of the best parts of being part of an esports tower team?
Well, I really like meeting people, talking to people, and I met a bunch of people here. Memphis, cool guy, Noob Man, Bofi, all these people, and our coach too, Easy, he's a great coach. I just like talking to everyone, and because I've been on so many teams, I got to meet so many people. It's just my favorite thing. And also, just playing the game in general is fun too.
You're a valuable asset to all those teams.
I would hope you enjoy playing this game, because in some cases, if you don't enjoy it, why are you doing it?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for this interview, Duke. We look forward to seeing what you bring to the table next week and seeing if you can take out Mr. Memphis, especially now that Mr. Memphis knows that you're going for him and gunning for that title. We should see a very exciting match shake out next week and in the coming weeks of the Valorant Rumble. So thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Keep popping off.
Yeah, next Rumble's ours.
Yes.
Hey, listen. We might even pull out Yoru. Who knows? We might.
Ooh, okay. I like it.
All right. Well, thank you for.
I love that. I love the confidence. That was awesome. I'm so excited for next week now.
Mr. Memphis, you've got guts. That's all I got. Also, genuinely, y'all are friends, possibly close to what I consider, an esports family. And having someone that's kind of like, your sibling being like, I'm going to take you out next week. And then you just be like, all right, bring it on. Good luck. And obviously this week it didn't go in their favor. You popped off quite a bit. But next week, let's see if you can do it again, because you're going to have to if you want to maintain that title and get your triple crown, my friend.
Yeah, this is gonna be an unbelievable week of Valorant next week. We saw some crazy stuff this week, and I think next week's gonna be just as insane.
Well, as we prepare to close out from this match, do you have any big takeaways? Mr. Memphis, 35-13 in that last game. Absolutely incredible. Other than that, do you have anything big to like things from that match that you want to highlight?
I actually want to go back one match, not that final match, but the second to final, and say that Riot, please fix KO because this guy is nuts. We have to find some way to switch that up because right now KO is the wave. It is the way forward for these Valorant teams. That's my huge takeaway is KO is broken.
I mean, you have a character literally with the ability to break other characters for 8 seconds straight. The
That's
EMP,
insane.
It breaks the game. So
That's insane.
We'll see how that balances out. I mean, the gun balancing that just took place definitely hurt a few players, though they acclimated to it very fast. The 80 strafing was on point with many of them. But, you know, at the end of the day, they're all great Valorant players. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure none of this will phase them unless we see a KO nerf before next week.
That would be, can you imagine a patch coming through like right before like a grand finals of a tournament? That would be insane.
That would be so painful, and I would feel very sorry for anyone in that situation in particular. Well, with that, we had an exciting group stage this week with some great matches to close out tonight. Our grand finals will be next week, so make sure you come back here on Wednesday to see both Riley and I back here on desk together to call an amazing match. This will be, with their win over Firestorms in the final round, the Landslides are forced into a two-way tie in Group A, so we'll be able to see how that shakes out. Next week, before the grand finals, we'll have the tiebreaker match between Firestorms and the Landslides, so it's all going down again, and Mr. Menfee, you have to pop off once again, or I hate to say it, it might be your good night, sweet prince. And with that, congratulations to Surge White on being the first team to qualify for the grand finals. The finals are next week, locking in their chance at the championship and a berth to the BFC Cup event where they get to play with content creators and pros. Be sure to join us next week to see which team will be joining the Team White Surge in the finals. With that being said, Riley, it's been a pleasure. Everyone watching, it's been lovely. Our voices hurt. I hope you have a lovely evening.
Have a good one, y'all. See if people can learn to not peek that right now. Cool Guy's just kind of sitting up on that A site. And you see Mo's trying to break in there. You've got that Lear up with the Hunter's Fury comes in.
Oh, you poor soul. I'm so sorry. I think that's back-to-back that the Hunter's Fury's taking you out.
What a great shot from movement. He's down and nope.
Now we've got 3 standing for never mind, 2 standing going against 4, and we also do see that Cypher still has the ultimate online. Yusuke having no issues taking people out, and Zed also doing just the same on Maja. They have to play smart.
I'd imagine the Viper wall gonna go up here in a moment, but there's the Hunter's Fury!
Oh, Datara, that was huge. And then V-Spicy took out Reskin as well. It is just Viper standing. V-Spicy, you're going to have to run, my friend.
Yeah, that was such a...
Walking out here through tunnel right there, that's something I've talked about before. It's something that can slow down a push in many cases because it's a lot of damage you have to push through in that area. And unfortunately, leaving it wide open can be to your detriment unless you have Snazzy looking for the kills right there, just being like, nah, let me take care of it. Getting 3 back-to-back. Wiping their ultimate using Tailwind to get away. Now, kind of retreat, call out to your teammates. Your stage is right there, so you're in good positioning. The Rabbit will take you out in return.
Brutal. I thought Cool Guy was going to land that knife there. Thought it was really good. DTX, though, doing some work from that Cypher, almost like a battle Cypher again. DTX is having a huge game as well.